We are live.
Oh yeah. It must be Sunday. It must be the midnight hour.
So I got to start off by saying I got to speak with Vince and Becky about a movie that they sent me that I just got done watching about 3 hours ago called Candyland. Holy shit! What a mental play. Did you guys watch that?
I have
Yeah,
not
we did.
seen- Yeah.
What did you think of that movie?
It was quite interesting. I enjoyed a lot of the movie, but been a while, so it's kind of fuzzy in my head.
Hey
Okay.
Phil.
And then I watched a movie called The Woman.
That's a good one.
What up, Phil? Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be Tim. Tim, is this your first live stream on the tube?
Yes.
Tim is he's popping his live YouTube cherry tonight, folks. Tim Hayes.
All right, give it up for Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Hello.
Tim does a lot of great updates, Blu-ray updates, horror updates. You guys got to know Tim a little bit last week.
And I showed off this guy in one or two of my videos. Robbie the Robot.
Robbie the Robot.
Well, you're officially in the party now.
Yeah, we did, Joe. We started about 10 minutes early. Normally we start at 10:30, but the last couple of weeks we figured since football's dying down, we'd start at 10.
Yeah. Hi Joe. Hi Craig.
Craig and Joe, thanks for coming. Phil.
Wow. Oh.
So what all did you guys watch this week? You guys know what I watched.
The Bird.
Oh yeah, that's right. You watched Killer Tomatoes.
I did. I watched Killer Tomatoes. I watched The Woman. I watched Candyland, and I watched what the fuck did I watch earlier? Oh, a movie called Plague Town.
How was that?
These were all really good movies. I don't have a complaint about any of them. So, anyways, you guys go. We'll start with the Cheetah, then we'll work our way down. What did you watch, Cheetah?
I went sort of actiony this week. I went with Line of Duty with Aaron Eckhart and Corbin Eaton, and that was a lot of fun. It was a bit of a cartoon, but still really good. Then I watched another movie called The Hunter's Prayer with Sam Worthington and Odea Rush. That was also really good too. Both action packed. And then I watched the first 3 episodes of Swamp Thing, and I finished out watching the only season of a show called Haunted. So I'm gonna review it, and that was really all I watched.
What about you, Vince and Becky? What did you guys watch?
The Burbs, Parasite 3D, My Little Sister, Terminal Force, and a handful of TV shows, including 66 Batman.
That's what's up. Tim, what'd you watch, man?
Well, late last night I watched Sven Gulli. He was hosting a 50s creature feature movie called Earth versus the Spider.
Oh, wow.
It's about a giant spider that's hiding in this cave in this town, and it comes out and it starts eating people.
Sounds right up my alley.
Oh yeah,
What's up, Papa?
That was for the 50s, right?
Yeah, 1958.
Yeah, I love those features.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe watched the movie called The Greasy the Greasy Strangler this week, and I got to tell you, his review, the Horror Man's review of the Greasy Strangler, I had to watch. I kept like laughing out loud. I had to keep rewinding it because just his expressions during the review was hysterical.
Well, I saw the picture, man. That looks like a weird movie.
If I see a copy, I'm sending it to you, Patrick.
He looks like he's covered in Crisco.
I told Joe, I said, I'm confident that there are people out there that eat their food like that are covered in grease. You know, people are weird, man. Movie Candyland that Becky and Vince sent me, and it's about this couple that he gets a settlement. He's a former tennis player, and he gets injured by a car accident, so he gets a settlement. And he meets this girl at a bar, and they decide to shack up in an apartment and never leave the apartment. And they try to decorate the apartment like Candyland. And all this mental shit starts to happen to them, and they start just to go crazy, just not leaving the apartment. It's like a real play on mental health.
What year did it come out of? What year did that come out, Hobbs?
2008.
Wow.
Actually, am I right on that, or was it 2016? Vince, was that? When was that? I think it was actually 2015.
I'm on my records right now.
It's got Gary Busey in it too, by the way, which is already is a sell for me.
There you go. So was it straight, or is it like a horror comedy, or is it a psychological drama, or?
Definitely a psychological thriller for sure.
Wow. It's just like whenever I hear Gary Busey, I instantly think comedy. I can't remember the last time he's done a drama.
I met Gary Busey one time, and we were both drunk, and it was weird.
Was that after his accident?
Yeah, I was at a convention, and I had already started before I got in the convention. And I know he started while he was at the convention. And I was waiting in line. I was waiting in line to get somebody else's autograph, but he was to the right of me. And the line was long, so we kept talking the entire time. And then I went up to talk to him to get his autograph later on, and we got to talking about just tons of movies and stuff, and it just got really weird. Like, I don't know. Like, he doesn't like to shake hands. And it's just awkward. Yeah.
Candyland was 2016.
That's what I was thinking. Candiland. You guys need to check out Candyland if you've not seen it. Have any of you guys seen Candyland?
No, I haven't seen it.
Rick, have you seen Candyland?
I'm sure Rick has.
I liked the little story they told with the cutout figures they made in the little town.
Right. It's a real play on mental health. And then, of course, the day before, I watched a movie called The Woman, which was insane.
Yeah, that's a trilogy.
That's what I've heard.
I picked up the last one. It's called Darwin, which was directed by Polly McIntosh. But I knew it was part of the trilogy, so I'm looking for the other two parts now.
I guess people find that movie offensive, The Woman. They think it's like against women, and it really isn't. If you watch the movie, to me, it's more of a rite of passage for women's rights, because it's like a revenge movie.
Hi, Jen.
Hey, Jen.
The Offspring, and then The Woman, and then Jack Ketchum's a great writer. That guy can write it. Yeah, he's intense.
I mean, I started watching Candyland and thinking to myself, what the fuck am I watching right now? I couldn't believe it. It was so good. What's up, Jen and Christian? So, Tim, tell us a little about your channel, man, for those that aren't subscribed yet. Maybe things that we should be looking forward to. And since you're kind of new to the chat.
I mainly just show off my DVD and Blu-ray collection, but I, I also like to collect Star Wars toys, which I got back into.
Well, that's cool because about 90% of the community collects Star Wars, so that's all good.
Yeah, I see a lot of old fans are starting to collect Star Wars toys all over again.
Do you have a pretty big collection, Tim?
Decent size. I recently bought this guy off of eBay, Greedo.
Now, who shot first, Guido or Han? I always thought Han shot first.
Yeah, he
Hey, Casey.
he shot first. Han shot first.
Kaiju, hey.
Yep. See, Han shot first. Yep. I think the only Star Wars figure I would like to have. I have a pretty decent sized backyard. I think the only thing I really like to have is I'd like to have like a 1/72 scale replica of a Star Destroyer.
A Star Wars what? I'm having trouble hearing you.
A Star Destroyer. I'd like to have a copy of a Star Destroyer.
Okay, now. Okay.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Amanda Lewis in the house. She's starting to make quite a bit of videos herself.
No,
Only Star Wars stuff we have is VHS and a waffle maker.
Hey, everybody, like to bring attention to Jerome B. That's walking inside the room. That's my best friend, Catfish, and that guy is intense. He's a fanboy through and through, and all around great guy. So this is his first time.
Catfish, welcome to the midnight hour, my friend. The Horror Freak 85, thanks for showing up, buddy. Don't forget his contest he's got going on. That's the thing about the community. It's like, Tim, I don't know if you've entered any of the contests. I think you've entered a couple of them, but there's always contests going on. Amanda, for you too, since you're kind of new, and Catfish, we always have contests. Horror of Spice has a contest going right now. I think Patrick's going to have one here soon when he hits his mark. So that's always a plus.
Speaking of contests, glad to see that Cody got his ghost pepper sauce.
So you guys got coming up on your channels? Anything particular? Any new segments?
For me, I don't know. How about you, Tim? What do you got going on?
Well, I was gonna get the Werewolf DVD box set, but I decided, well, that's a little bit too much money right now.
I'll be right back, guys.
I'm putting my money into Star Wars toy collecting again, so I bought so many DVDs and Blu-rays last month that I'm kind of cutting back, just buying little bits of DVDs and Blu-rays for my collection, just waiting to see what comes out.
Is there a particular figure you're looking for?
Not really. I've ordered whatever I was looking for. I sometimes will buy custom figures and reproduction figures, so sometimes those I've got to order from outside of the country, and those take a while to get made.
I feel like there's a delay on shipping for a lot of things right now. Anything that I've ordered in the last month or month and a half has taken a week and a half to get.
Yeah, I noticed Amazon Prime's really slow right now with getting stuff.
Yeah, Joe, check out Joe's Rare Movies Not on DVD or Blu-ray segment.
I watched one of his.
Yeah, those are amazing. It's amazing how many good movies are still not out on DVD or Blu-ray. I look at when I watch the segments, I'm like, that's not out yet. Because I'm surprised. I'm surprised that it isn't out.
Yeah, The Keep finally had.
I made them. Go ahead, Tim.
The Keep finally had a DVD release outside the U.S. and Australia, just a widescreen DVD. So when from 1983 that Paramount put out.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
What up, Jay?
What about you, Vincent? What do you guys? Are you guys looking for anything in particular?
In March, we're gonna have a big haul. So we're kind of going light on the purchases, but we do have eBay coming up. We got 2 VHS we bought from there, and we also have Fearsome Figures coming up. For those who have watched our channel for a long time, you'll know that we've been doing that for a while. Fearsome Figures is actually where I got this right here.
What is it that you got?
Okay. You got that poster from Free from Hell?
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
Paul,
Richard Brake signature.
I saw your Fright Crate video today. That's it.
Yeah, we get one of those every month.
So I have a friend that does a lot. He collects a lot of horror stuff and Fiend PX. He comes. Yeah, I think he'll probably be on here later on. But have you guys ever bought anything from Nightmare Toys? Phil, I bet you probably have. And to Chad, any of you guys ever bought anything from Nightmare Toys before?
No.
Check it out. They've got a lot of figures, a lot of NECA figures. If you guys like to collect figures, I'm sure they've got Star Wars stuff. Check out Nightmare Toys.
Well, I know as far as what I'm going out for, I guess next weekend, me and Catfish, we're hitting the road. We're going to be hitting our area and seeing what's going on. We haven't gone to a disc replay in a while, so we're going to make a run over there and probably hit some thrift stores. Still got 2 things coming through the mail. I got Becky and Vincent set me triggered, so by next Sunday I'll have that. And then I ordered the complete series of Fear Itself, and that's supposed to be coming this week as well.
Paul Phoenix, yes, that's signed by Clive Barker. It's also signed by Doug Bradley.
The Bronco Juggalo Brad's in the house.
Hello, Brad.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah, I've thought about collecting figures again. I've got a bunch of pops.
Yeah, I wish Ben was here. When he gets here, I'm going to see what his reaction is. I guess they released a sneak preview of the Godzilla pop, and he was saying how he's not going to get involved in that. He doesn't have the room for it. But they released 5 figures from the Godzilla versus Kong series, including one with Godzilla doing his breath. I'm like, man, that's just all him. He's gonna have to get all 5 of those.
Oh, definitely. I still want to get the pop set for the craft. Brad, that's awesome, dude. I've got the Royal Rumble playing on in the background right now, by the way.
Wow.
If you guys are watching wrestling. Yeah.
Only pops we
What'd you say, Vince?
only pops we collect now are signed ones.
Oh, that's cool. There's a whole bunch of pop crates you can get too, I believe. If you watch Now It's Dark, they did a whole bunch of unboxings for pops that are signed.
That's crazy. That's those guys. I'm telling you, I didn't even know they had signed pop. Which ones did they get?
Would you like to see some?
Yeah,
Sure,
what do you
man.
guys
We'll see them.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get up.
I have to agree with. I think it's going to be Randy Orton.
I guess my pick's Goldberg.
Is Goldberg in it?
Yeah, he's wrestling Drew McIntyre.
Oh, that was the first match of the night. That's over.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, who won? Oh, no! Don't say anything.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
Tim, do you watch pro wrestling?
I haven't watched it since I was a kid.
Oh, Carlito returned for the Rumble. He looks jacked. Jack is Jack. In other words, is probably what is that the word for steroid use or what?
The hell are you talking about?
Carlito. Says, Catfish is saying, my buddy sent me a picture of Carlito returning to the Rumble. He looks jacked.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about? I see that now. Yeah, I agree with you, Catfish. Carlito looks huge.
I thought the Rumble was live right now to everybody. I thought it was a live show. It's tape. Oh,
it is, but we're not doing spoiler.
Oh, that's right. It's taped, isn't it?
No, it's live, but some people might be watching it later.
Oh, okay. I don't know with the pandemic. I don't know how they did it. I know some of those matches are they're actually filmed before the show.
Whew. That's a good Catfish. I seen that picture of him being jacked before what we were talking about, so it's all good.
So like I was mentioning before, oh wow.
Pinhead.
Signed by Doug Bradley.
Wow, that's cool.
Which one is that?
This is Ed Gale. Yeah.
Now, how many sizes are there in pops? I mean, I mean, is there like 3 different sizes or?
I know a 4. If you count the little pins.
Right,
I got and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I got one of those. I got a little pin, and then I got a big size one. I think. We lost Hobbs. That's cool. I didn't even think about that. People actually signing their pop boxes. You get one of Jennifer Tilly, Vincent?
No, but I do have her signature.
Okay.
This is Joe Dante.
I will say that The Burbs is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I love The Burbs.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to try to do a good wrestling show in the pandemic. I mean, this has got to be so much hard work.
Here you go, Patrick.
Ah, yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
That's her from Bride of Chucky.
Yeah, you know, she actually did a really nice job in that movie. You know, a lot of actors. Oh, hey, Cody.
Hey,
What up,
H&S.
Cody?
Well, I loved your prize prize video, Cody.
Congratulations on winning, H&S, Cody. I liked your video, man.
Yeah, that was pure coincidence. Me and Vincent were talking, and then you dropped your video and showing off the ghost pepper.
Yeah.
That should be an unwritten rule. If you win that contest from Spice, you have to drink or take a sip of the spice when you get it.
Who's going
I
to
think
do
that's
that?
an unwritten rule.
Cody's going to do it. He on his video. I don't blame you, Cody. I don't blame you. Like I told Vincent and Becky, I said third place is. I felt like a winner when I got third place. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I still would have done it, but it would have been hard. You know what I mean? It is intimidating.
that would have been one.
I don't think it would have been one of those ones that I'd been power shooting. That's for sure.
Well, I think whenever they do one of those testings of those sauces, you have to watch Becky, because if Becky's holding a glass that's like this big, this tall, then you know you're in for some shit. So then you know what to expect. Like, oh boy.
She wasn't a big fan of the blueberry one. I can tell you that. The last one they did.
No, she had that big she had that big cup of from Taco Bell. She had that grip right in her hand.
So Tim, what do you normally do on Sunday nights, man?
And not a whole lot. I'm always on the computer usually.
Yeah. I hear you. So maybe we got a little crisscrossed earlier, and maybe we missed this question. But what do you guys got coming up on your channels?
You guys go ahead, Becky, Vincent.
We got eBay haul coming soon. We have Fearsome Figures coming soon. We're gonna continue to do the 3 movies for the Wild Eye. We got great response out of that.
How many of you are going to be doing a movie this weekend with me?
Huh?
Or it's for everybody. It doesn't have Sundays.
What was the question?
I'm going to be doing the 80s archive starting tomorrow. I was just curious if anybody else was going to be doing it as well, doing the segment.
Oh yes. I'm gonna make a video for that, for sure. Definitely.
I think that was the most responses I've ever gotten from a request of people saying to do that segment.
Actually, we're doing this one.
The thing
we have one more coming. Hold on. Hey,
Hey,
Mrs. Boomstick is in the chat.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I forgot
This is
different time zone.
Another first timer.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, I was all waiting for 10, but forgetting because it's like 9:30 for me.
Yeah, it's 12:30 where we're at. No, I'm just kidding.
It's 420 in Hobbs all day long.
That's right. So, should we call you Miss Boomstick or should we call you Chrissy?
Either Christy, my online gamer friends call me Boom, so whatever you're comfortable with, it don't matter.
All right, Boom. Tell us about your channel and what you do.
I have a little bit of everything. There's been a couple times
For
we've
those that are
done
getting used to your
paranormal things.
your first appearance.
I'm sorry. I was
ahead.
kind of talking over you. I didn't hear everything you said.
No, I'm saying tell us about your channel and what you do, and we go from there.
Okay. And we've done a few little paranormal things in our house. Not a whole lot, just a few things. Sometimes, since I play PlayStation, sometimes I'll take clips of little odd things that's happened during our gaming. We've done that. Do reviews. And just basically whatever comes to my mind, I end up making a video for it. The one, I strapped a GoPro to my dog and let her run out in the snow, but it's just a bunch of her rolling in the snow. You can't really see much of anything.
She just recently reviewed on her birthday the Happy Death Day films.
Yeah.
All right, Brad, I'll do that, buddy. So we asked everybody what they watched this week. What did you watch this week? Boom.
I watched a few things. I have a few reviews ready to go. I did Rawhead Rex. I haven't filmed them yet, but it got Rawhead Rex, and what else did I see?
Good movie.
I got a trilogy coming. I was going to talk about the Rob Zombie trilogy, the House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and Free from Hell. And I forget what the other two movies were off the top of my head.
So
let's be filming them tomorrow.
That's sweet. Let's ask the chat. What is your favorite of the three Rob Zombie films? What do you guys like the most, and which one do you like the least?
Let's say Devil's Rejects is probably my favorite out of the three.
Go ahead, Vince and Becky.
Oh, Becky was talking. What'd you say?
Devil's Rejects is my favorite.
She says the Devil's Rejects is her favorite.
Sure.
They were asking.
Gotta open this up in my phone. I can't see the chat.
Drug on a bit at the end. Yeah, I guess I can agree to that as well. House of a Thousand Corpse for Amanda Lewis. That's one she likes the most. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Tim, do you like those three?
I haven't seen any of those. Sorry.
It's all right, Tim.
I've only seen a House of a Thousand Corpses, and I already know my feelings about that.
Devil's Rejects for me was my favorite.
Yeah. I know why I always do like the IMDb ratings, and it had the highest of the IMDb ratings out of the three. Is Devil's Rejects, and then it goes House of a Thousand Corpses, and then Free from Hell according to IMDb ratings. I don't have my notes in front of me. I can't say which ones, what their exact ratings are off the top of my head. I just remember how it went. Yeah, we got a few people that likes the House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, I'll jump off again. He must be having some technical problems. The snow, we got snow over in our part of the world.
We did too.
Yeah.
Still a desert here.
And we had about 6 inches today, but we still had snow on the ground from earlier in the winter. So we probably have, those small like metal fire pits you could just like pick up and move whatever. We can almost not see ours in the backyard. I posted a picture of it earlier, but yeah, we got a lot of snow.
We didn't get quite as much as they thought we were going to get. They said that we were going to get 5 or 6 inches. We probably got 3 or 4 on the ground, but that's our biggest storm so far. That's and the thing is, we also had snow and ice on the ground before it, and our road was just a sheet of ice. So now the fresh snow came on it, and I've been listening to the car drive up and down the road, and you can hear the tires spinning.
Yeah, I don't know how well this will show up. I'm gonna hold my phone up to the camera here, but this is what my backyard looks like.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot of snow.
That's a winter wonderland, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's after snow today, but that's just an accumulation of snow throughout the month, though.
Now, what state are you in, Boom?
Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're on the southern end, close to the Illinois border.
Yeah, we're supposed to get to about another 2 to 3 inches tomorrow in Ohio.
And we're not getting any more until Thursday, according to the Weather Channel, but you never know.
Now, where you're at in Wisconsin, do you guys have a lot of like places to go get buy and resell movies and things like that, or thrift shops?
There's a few. We've only lived in the state for about 3 years, and I've been hurt most of the time we've lived up here, so I haven't really had much time to explore. But we did have 2 family videos, unfortunately. They're gone now. There's a Salvation Army, and there's a Goodwill. But other than that, I'm not sure. I know there was a gaming place, too, that sold old games. I don't know if they had movies or not. I didn't get a chance to explore it.
What's up, Big D and Coffin Crew? Doyle in the house.
Hey, Coffin.
Hey, Coffin, Doyle. Yeah, that I think over here anyway. I saw on the family video, their Instagram. I think they're all done. They were supposed to go till the 20th of February, but it sounds like they're pretty much all done now.
Yeah, I saw that too. I know last time we was in Illinois, because I'm originally from there, and was always hit the one for my hometown, and they said they was like the busiest one in Illinois. They didn't think they were closing, and then not too long after we came back, we seen that everybody was closing. So
yeah, there just wasn't enough new releases coming out.
Yeah,
they couldn't sustain it. That's a shame. But there is some good news to report, though. Cody just mentioned you watched Psycho Doorman. That seems to be really everybody seems to be watching that one. Anybody in the chat have seen Psycho Doorman besides Cody?
No, haven't. No.
I've not seen that. Everybody seems to be watching that and The Relic.
happy belated birthday, Big D's Entertainment. I'm just seeing you watch basically the same things I watched when I did my birthday reviews. Did the Happy Death Day and Bloody Birthday and Happy Birthday to Me. That's the ones I did. Plus I did Happy Death Day too, but I've seen they watched all those. They said their birthday was last Sunday.
Big D's Entertainment Reviews.
Yeah.
I think Tim is stepping away for a moment.
Oh, we gotta get snacks.
You gotta have snacks. This stream is brought to you by Stacks, the official snacks.
What do you got, Vince?
Oh, this is my
What is
medicine.
that? Oh, okay. I thought it was a
It's
shot
a
at 151
marijuana
or
pen.
something. Oh, okay.
I thought it was a new concoction. Let's see. So I think we're going to see the return of Sean Blue Digital. I saw him on last night on the Coast to Coast stream, and he mentioned he'll be back in the second week of February. So that'll be awesome.
Yeah, Sean Blue will be back. For sure.
He's a nice guy. I like him.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Huge supporter of everybody in the community. And then Quentin's getting ready to go for his Q. Quentin from the Q reviews is getting ready to go to the underneath the knife again. So he's going to be gone for a little bit. I got asked by somebody to mention that he's real close to 300. I think he's at 280. And so if you could spread the word among your own channels and maybe hype up his channel up a little bit, we'd like to get him up to 300 by the time he comes out of his surgery.
Who's that?
Quentin. The Q's reviews.
Oh, okay. He's not at 300 yet. I thought he was at 300.
No, he's at 280.
Okay.
So I just thought if we could just all hype up his channel on our channel, encourage everybody to go out there and sub to him. Maybe we can get him up to 300 by the time he has his surgery.
Becky just had surgery.
I think the surgery. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be real soon. I mean, it's like a matter of days.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Is Q's Reviews the one that's a horror movie review channel? He's got a jack-o'-lantern skull on his page, on his YouTube page. Okay, because there was another one that was like a gamer channel.
Thank you, Amanda.
No, Q has the jack-o'-lantern.
Okay. Well, I'm subscribing to him.
He also plays games, too.
Yeah, I'm subscribing to him, so now he's at 280.
Oh, all right. There we go.
I'm already subscribed, but when I film tomorrow, I'll try to remember to do a shout out.
Yeah, I'm going to do a video shout out for him, too.
So let me ask you guys collectively as a group in the chat. So I know that when I watch videos, I always put my stuff like in the watch later pile, and then I always try to watch everything at one time. Do you guys use YouTube Premium, or do you guys just watch everything as you go?
I don't use YouTube Premium. I have, Netflix, I have Hulu, I have Prime, I have Shudder. Trying to think what else. I think CBS, but I don't think there's much on that. But I have like watch lists for days on all of them. Tubi, that's another one.
Yeah.
I try to get to everybody's videos. I think last night I was on till 4 o'clock in the morning watching videos.
Oh, those videos. I thought you meant movies to watch. My bad.
No. Like the reason I use YouTube Premium is that way I can I can listen to videos while doing other things. I was just curious if you guys do the same thing or not.
No.
No, I just look for the I try to tag everybody. I use the bell for everybody, so like when they post, I see it. As far as the YouTube goes, so it seems like lately though I've been going around my subscriber list, and it seems like a lot of the bells I tagged, to notify, they all got taken down to just like I just subbed. So I have to redo the bell, and that's a YouTube thing.
Hey Patrick, I'm not for sure if are you buffering, buddy?
No, I don't think I am.
Okay. Is anybody buffering? Does anybody seem like we're buffering?
I might have been. I went blurry there for a minute.
Well, Patrick seems to his video is frozen. I just hear all this distortion, this audio distortion, like static or something.
Let me bounce out and come back in.
Okay. Yes, Joe. I try to give everybody my undivided attention. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, I just watch everybody's. I'll just go and check like my subscriptions, and I'll try to check out videos from there. But I thought you meant like movies. I didn't quite hear the question right. But
Well, I do that too.
Out.
I do that too on my work. When I'm at work, if I have any downtime, I'll throw YouTube movies on. I was just curious because for me, it seems like it's really been good because like you can watch, like if let's say you're doing something on your phone and you have YouTube Premium, you can listen to a full video still while everybody like a commentary or like a comment on the video while using your phone. I was just curious if you guys do that.
No, we just usually just stream it on our Roku, and if I want to make a comment or whatever, I'll pop onto the phone. I can't do that with Roku.
Patrick is back. Guess who's back? Back again.
Huh. That's weird. Okay, there it goes. Joe's mentioning to you, Hobbs, about how can you give his videos your full undivided attention.
Yes, and Bronco knows that I watch his stuff all the time. That's why he's giving me shit.
There we go. See?
I love Dolly Dearest. That's another thing. My DVD copy of Dolly Dearest is one of the shittiest transfers I've ever seen on a DVD. I have to get the upgrade.
Which Dolly Dearest are you talking? Oh, Dolly Dearest. I thought you were talking about Mommy Dearest. I was thinking of that one about Joan Crawford.
Oh, hell no. Yeah. Although I think I've seen that. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's so grainy. Like the VHS copy is a better version of that film. That's true, Joe. I'm prepared to take it. I don't give it out that much, but I'm prepared to take a little bit, okay? So, what do you guys got going on this week outside of your channels? You guys do anything exciting? I know a lot of us are stuck in the snow.
I'm probably gonna have to do some errands. I need to go to the bank, put some money back in, probably get a haircut because the lockdown's over in California, and I need to get some more groceries.
Becky had surgery. It was minor.
Damn, how's she doing? She's doing okay? Becky had surgery, guys.
Oh.
Yeah, she's all right. She had the nerves burned in her back.
Oh.
Was that is that just something that's kind of a long-going or ongoing thing, or?
Yeah, they do it for back pain. Both her and I both have severe arthritis in our spine, both lower back, and I use medical marijuana. Mine. She's going to her doctor and getting the surgery to see if it will actually help with the pain.
Yeah, backs are a bitch, man. It's like once you hurt that back, it's always gonna be. You're always gonna be like upset to make it feel better.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get surgery. Well, not on my back, but on my foot, and I'm not looking forward to it. We gotta get some things worked out with insurance, but yeah, I gotta get. Until then, that's why I got long gaps sometimes between videos because I'll get several of them prepared at once because all my stuff's upstairs, and it's a big effort for me to get upstairs to where I film. So I have to get that. But until then, like, yeah. So I don't really pick it out much.
I see the Bronco Juggalo's got jokes. Yeah, Boom, you seem to have a lot of accidents. She's fallen a couple times, and I've seen you put some pictures up. You got a black eye or two, or you know.
Yeah, I fell and hit my head really hard. Now I have I've been having a little bit of short-term memory issues since then. But yeah, I passed out and I hit my head hard on the hardwood floor, black eye. But yeah, it's
Don't
not
feel
been
bad.
fun.
I've done that many times, and it wasn't anything medical. So I hear you.
Yeah, I've always had like muscle and joint issues, and if I fall or something, I'll get. I've never broken a bone, but like my muscles or tendons will just get screwed totally.
If you guys ever get, if you don't already have it, medical marijuana, I recommend getting this stuff right here. It's a THC balm that you rub on your joints and sore spots. As soon as I took it, applied it to my knees and stood up, all my pain was completely gone for about an hour.
Nice. Yeah, we don't. I don't know if we have medical marijuana here or not, because I know pot's not legal, but at least not in Wisconsin. But I have CBD oil, but it's not strong enough for me.
I got CBD too. I got big old thing of gummies.
Yeah, I have a paste almost like what you showed before, but it was CBD, not the medical marijuana. But I forget what I think it's only 50 milligram, but it's not strong enough. It works on my husband, but my pain's too extreme for it.
Becky orders
Brad.
CBD cream from Amazon, and it's 1,000 milligrams, I believe.
Nice.
My doctor's always told me to do CBD oil. She's trying to sell me on it. She thinks I need it.
I haven't responded to anything else other than this stuff, so that's why I use it.
Well, she thinks it's treatable for depression too.
Yeah, I think I've read that.
So you,
So have
so
you
you,
guys
you go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't know what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Well, speaking of the medical thing, I've just been noticing the vaccines. You know, the snafu of all the vaccines, the rollout has been really pretty bad. People are like either throwing it or they're trying to buy it. They're trying to raid other people's neighborhoods and cities to get shots. It went from nobody taking it to now everybody wants it, and they want it yesterday.
I seen a video. Actually, it was a Facebook post of a guy or a woman whose husband passed away, who had COVID, and she got the bill from the hospital, and it was $4 million.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah. If he was hospitalized for 2 or 3 months, yeah, I can see that happening. I don't see 4 million, but I can see them paying close to $400,000 or $500,000 definitely. That's the thing about not to get this is political as far as I'm concerned. It's just life, but this is the thing about the pandemic that people didn't realize, especially the people at Congress, was the fact that people, and all the people that were naysaying this, not taking it seriously, saying how people
night,
were
Brad.
dying. They weren't really dying because of the COVID. The thing is, though, it's like people are getting bankrupt because when they get hospitalized, they have to pay it. They have to pay for their care. They may not die from it. They can come out there saying, I didn't die. Yeah, but if you're hospitalized, you're going to come out with a very, very hefty hospital bill. Very hefty. And there's a lot of people out here that don't have insurance.
Yeah.
And
Good night, Brad. Good night, Bronco Juggler. Everybody say good night to Brad, the band, the legend.
Good night.
Brad.
Hi, Brad.
Yeah, this is a true example of why healthcare reform was so desperately needed. And now you're going to see it. You're going to see it in spades now, because these people are coming out being hospitalized in the ICU for weeks and weeks on end. They're going to be paying like 4 generations down the line for that treatment.
Yeah.
Good night, Big D. Well, that's what happened to me about last year. I had a hospital ride from an ambulance, and I didn't know that part of it wasn't covered, and I got a $500 bill. Just for the ride.
I don't think any insurance will cover an ambulance ride, no matter what insurance you're on. They won't cover. They'll charge you money.
My wife's
Back
insurance.
when I was 19, I got real sick. Back when I was 19, I got sick and ended up in a hospital. I was charged $15,000 for overnight stay and a spinal tap.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? $15,000.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know with all my
unfortunately-
issues I've racked up, I think I've got probably at least 10,000, probably more. I haven't seen the bill in a while, and that's just stuff the insurance hasn't covered, because we're supposed to have 2 separate insurances, and they're like having issues like trying to cover stuff. Because I've had MRIs, I've had X-rays, I've had nerve tests, all sorts of stuff, and it's just crazy. Just trying to figure out what's wrong with my foot, because one doctor's just like, I had to switch main doctor, because one's like, oh, there's nothing wrong, you're just fat. So I had to go. I was like, no, my foot is like twice as big as what it was supposed to be, just one of them, and I have trouble walking. It's not just because, I could lose pounds, but it's not swollen just because I'm fat.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of insurance either, Cody. They're happy to take the premium, but you know what? Yeah, well, when you really need them, they're a bitch to deal with.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable to me.
When I was
it really
younger,
is.
I broke my hand. When I was younger, I broke my hand right here on the pinky knuckle, and it snapped in half and then healed over, then swole 5 sizes big, and they had to re-break my hand and set it back in place.
Wow. I broke my finger in a wrestling match back when I wrestled all the way up until high school. And they wanted to like do something similar, and I just said the heck with it. I'll try to get my own type of remedy for it. They mentioned something about re-breaking it, but I didn't think they actually did that.
Yeah, they re-broke my hand.
Yeah, if it's not healing properly, they will go in there and they'll re-break it and reset it. Well, I tell you what, I mean, that's just, it's really going to be something to see. I mean, it already still is. I mean, all these people are sick and they're in the hospital and whatnot. I just, insurance companies these days, they must be I don't know. I don't know if it's feast or famine for them. Are they happy because they're getting all this money, or I'm waiting for any company to go bankrupt. I mean, when are they going to be affected by paying out all these bills?
Well, I think a lot of people are in debt in the world right now because of medical bills, and it sucks. It really does. I mean, I know a guy who had a really bad illness, and he has like a $67,000 medical bill that he's trying to negotiate payments on.
Have a good night, Cody.
Good night, Cody.
Good night.
Well, let's steer this back to something a little bit more chirpy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
losing people talking about medical and benefits.
They're all bailing out on us. I heard this. I saw this, and I saw a glimpse of this. I don't know which stream I heard of that. I don't know if it was Saturday or Friday, but I heard someone talking about Tomb Raider 2. I guess they're getting geared up to do the second Tomb Raider. And yeah, what do you who I personally I like Alicia Vikander. I like her. I mean, she's fine, but I don't see her as Laura Croft at all. I mean, when they did the reboot and they showed her as the Tomb Raider, Laura Croft, I just didn't buy it. She just seemed really, really small. I thought Angelina Jolie was perfect. I mean, she looked badass. She looked like she could handle herself.
Right. Yeah.
And Alicia Vikander just looks tiny.
Yeah,
And
I agree. She does look tiny.
so my question, I guess, ask everybody here in the panel in the chat is, if you could cast anybody as a Laura Croft, who would you cast?
I would cast the girl that played Maggie in The Walking Dead.
Oh,
I don't know
Laura
what her name
Conan.
is. Yeah.
I think her name's Lauren. I want to say her last name's
What was
Cornyn. I might be wrong on the last name, but I know her first name's Laura.
Lauren Thorne? Yeah, Lauren Thorne?
Sorry if there's too much noise.
Becky and I vote for Bridget Nielsen.
Oh, hey,
That would be good.
yeah, for a dream. I actually do. My point, I'd love to, if a couple of years younger, I would like to see Lauren Holden do it. Laurie Holden do it.
I can't think of anybody off top head that would make a good Tomb Raider. The only one that comes to mind, she doesn't have dark hair, but I guess you can do that with hair color or wigs. Is Mila or something from Resident Evil.
Mila Jovovich.
Djokovic.
Yeah, that's the only person's like coming to mind, but she don't really have the body type or the hair for it. But she's good with action.
I tell you what, my other choice would be an actress named Amy Johnston, and she's a martial artist. And I saw her in a couple of fights, a couple of martial art movies. One was called Blood Fight, and one was called Accident Man, with Scott Adkins. That girl can kick ass.
We could use Ronda Rousey maybe too. Ronda Rousey might be a good Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, Gina Carano. What about Gina Carano?
Oh,
Gina Carano, I think, would be the better fit, but I think as far as acting, maybe I don't know. Either one of them two would be fine.
She'd be a really buff Laura Croft.
Yeah, she'd be an interesting choice, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
I could see her in the fight scene. That part I can see her in doing really, really well. It's the other part, the swinging from vine to vine and jumping from cross, and so we have to have some flexibility, and I don't really necessarily see her doing that too well, because you're right, she's a big girl.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the fight scenes go, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I vote for Sarah Gilbert from Roseanne.
Why not just Roseanne herself?
So who would be
I'd watch
ironic?
that one. Watch Roseanne trying to swing and do stuff.
You know who would be ironic is that little woman that was in 31, Sex and Violence. She played Sex.
I don't know that I've seen that.
The guy was
31. I thought you said something else. Never mind. I'm sorry. What's her
31,
name? What's her name?
oh shoot.
What's her name? Come on, Joe. She played Sex in 31.
Let me take a peek here. I'm not the wrong zombie guy. You probably know that. You should know that more than you should.
Elizabeth Daly.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, but she's too older. She's older now. She's like almost in her 60s.
That's why
It
it would
don't
be
really
on.
make too much. That
the
one woman
body
that's in all
size
those
and height.
Marvel shows is like what 70.
I mean, if you go back to the first Tomb Raiders, you saw how. I mean, a lot of that was not blue screen. That was like they filmed that on location, and you have to be. Yeah, she's very good looking for her age, but I'm afraid she'd break her hip if she was doing some of those stunts.
E.G. Daily. Yeah, she was in all she was in Pee Wee Herman, Big Adventure. She was in The Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, she voiced Bubbles
She was
on.
in Better Off Dead, right?
Yeah,
I agree, Joe. She definitely does.
yeah.
We could have
Because
Veruza Balk play Laura Croft, Tomb Raider.
who?
Veruza Balk from The Craft, the crazy one.
You know what? You know what? You know what? If she would have did that, if she would have been interesting if she had done that at the same time that Angelina Jolie had done it.
Other subscriber.
That would have been an interesting choice. I think she's more suited for a villain, though, Josh.
I think she got blacklisted after The Craft. If you want the truth, I after that she only did Happy Gilmore, or she did shit. What was that she did?
I thought she did the Water Boy after that.
That's what I'm saying. She did the
Yeah, the
Water
Water
Boy,
Boy.
and then after that, I
Yeah,
didn't see
saw
her much
in,
anything else.
I can't think of what the name of the movie is off the top of my head now, but she was in a horror movie last year or the year before, I think. I want to say it was like 2018, 2019. I can't think of what it was called, though.
What's up, Traveling Gypsy and Genome? Genome presents in the Muffed House.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Boom. It was I saw that actually. I saw that on a Dollar Tree wave. She was playing the leader of the bad guy.
Yeah.
The leader.
Yeah, those people like go to this house to like have a party, and then she like knocks at the door, and then she goes in there and goes like crazy, and then like her buddies like come help terrorize these people in this house. But I can't for the life of me. I know I did a review on it, but for the life of me can't think of the name of the movie.
Yeah, she's a fine actress. I mean, it would be interesting to see her do a physical role. And of course, another one would have been really cool too. But unfortunately, she got really sick. I've always loved her, especially in Hellboy. But I think Selma Blair might have been a really good choice at one time to do the role. But
Juliette Lewis.
Yeah, she has the physicality, Hobbs.
Thank you for stopping by, Traveling Gypsy. Hope you have a good night's sleep.
Thank you, How are you? Yeah, so
Definitely. There's physical. I try not to think about the physicality part.
yeah,
I'm really just being silly.
You have to figure that into it. Otherwise, you're just putting a pretty face out there, and anybody could do that. But you have to. I mean, that's why Angelina Jolie's performances were so good, is because she was just. She looked like she really could do
She was the action star.
Yeah, she kicked ass.
See, I always thought Christy Swanson would have been a great Mortal Kombat. To be in Mortal Kombat. I think she tried to be in that film, the original Mortal Kombat film.
Oh, really?
Speaking of Mortal Kombat, have you seen the trailer for the new one that's coming out yet? Well, it's not really a trailer. It was like a little clip.
No, is it already out, the trailer?
Yeah, it was like a little clip. It got released about the same time as Khan versus Godzilla. It's just like a little bitty.
Oh,
snippet.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, people were commenting on the picture they posted. They posted a still shot, and the effects looked really, really bad. It looked cheesy as hell.
Well, it can't be worse than the old ones, but
Now,
Agreed. Sonya Blade would have been a fantastic character for Christy Swanson. I mean, she was Buffy. I mean,
yeah, she made a great Buffy. I liked her as Buffy more than I did Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Really? Do you guys think she was a better Buffy than Sarah Michelle Gellar in the chat?
That's how I felt. Well, you know what? There's another person you could think about playing Laura Croft, and that would have been Elijah Biscuit.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, she would have been great.
Tim, do you like the Tomb Raider movies?
I haven't watched any of them. I haven't really got into them, but I've got one friend on YouTube that I think seems to like the video games.
Yeah, Christy Swanson can do acting. I saw her in a couple of B movies, and she's not afraid to get her hands dirty. You know, that's a big part of it. Now,
So you guys want to do some? You guys want to do some trivia?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
No, I'm not going to be giving away anything this week, but let's have some fun. What I like to do is everybody that's on the chat, think of a question for the chat, and we'll see if the chat can answer. So
If I you should have told me to, I would grab my trivia game. My horror.
you can.
Trivia
You
game.
got
I don't
Go
know
get
what it is off the top of my head right now. I'd have to.
because you know what? You know what's so funny? We used the same one last week that you have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Last week's champion says that no prize, no play. The champ has spoken, so you might have to offer a prize.
Is that what he said? That's because he's on back pay. I already owe him a prize.
That's what he just said.
I keep trying to send him movies with his prize too, but every time I ask him if he's got a movie that I want to send him, he's like, "Yeah, I've got that. I just haven't watched it."
He wants to be known as champ from now on. During horror trivia time.
I want to go last because you guys are the guests, and well, yeah. Anybody?
Are we?
I'm just kidding. I'll start.
You start.
What was the name? Who played in The Dream Warriors? What was the name of the character? Not the character, but who played the character? Jennifer in Elm Street 3. Who was the name of the actress that played Jennifer in Elm Street 3? Joe is the horde champ.
Yeah, I saw that. The horror champ. That's good. Oh, I'm horrible at names. I can't think of it.
Was it Tuesday night?
It was not Tuesday night, nor was it Wednesday night. But it's Sunday night, and you can think of it if you want to.
The horror man says Penup. Yeah, I can't even talk. Oh, I give up. It's in the chat.
Okay, my question is, who is Captain Elliot Spencer? Who is Captain Elliot Spencer?
Not Vince Clortho, Keymaster of Gozer.
Okay, Joe. The champ got it.
All right, you guys. Who wants to go next from the feed? Spice, Boom, Tim, Cheetah. Who's got a question?
You want me to ask another one?
Who directed the Bird?
You cut out a little bit. I couldn't hear what the question was.
Who directed the Birds?
Oh, the birds. Wasn't it just Alfred Hitchcock, or was it a separate director? I don't know. I'm probably totally wrong.
Burbs.
Yeah.
Oh, I sound like an idiot. Never mind. I thought you said birds. Sorry, it's real staticky on my end. I'm having trouble hearing.
Yeah, the Burbs.
I got it now.
Sorry, do not talk well.
Oh, it's fine. This was staticky and it's cutting out.
Was it
And
Jim
I don't have
Varney?
the greatest hearing. The horror man says Joe Dante.
He won.
That is the answer. All right. Who's got the next question?
All right, I got one. In the movie Manhunter, what real life relationship was Will Graham and Hannibal Lecter based on? What relationship was Hannibal Lecter and Will Graham based on?
Did everybody hear him correctly?
Yeah, I can't say I've seen Manhunt, so I'm not sure.
Ooh, getting more static now.
Yeah, where's that static coming from? Is that somebody?
I am not from here.
I'm not sure. I don't hear it, so it's probably me.
What was the question?
In Manhunter, what real life relationship was Will Graham and Hannibal Lecter based on?
Traveling Gypsy says, wasn't Manhunt the B movie before Silence of the Lambs?
Yes, it was the that's the one that was directed by Michael Mann.
Look at the traveling gypsy jumping in with some answers. That's awesome.
I can't say I've seen that movie, so I can't answer that.
It was actually based on the real connection, real relationship between Ted Bundy and FBI agent Robert Keppel. So they took the interrogation and they turned around and they used it in Manhunter.
Oh, nice.
For those of you that have a copy of Bundy Reborn, the Wild Eye movie, Patrick is looking for a second copy and a first copy.
You know what? I'm so glad I watched everybody's reviews because I knew you were trying to bullshit me with that one, Hobbs.
I'm trying to get him to watch Bundy Reborn because it was so bad. I have no idea why I want him to watch it.
Not going to happen.
So it's not so bad. It was good.
Let's put it this way.
Right.
When I watched Tim's reviews, Tim Hordevil's reviews, and he didn't say it was fun, I knew it wasn't for me.
If it wasn't a very fun movie, then it's not one for.
It was not a fun movie. I knew it was bad.
Traveling Gypsy, do you watch a lot of horror stuff? I wouldn't. I've known you for a while, but I didn't know you watched a lot of horror movies, or maybe. So is everybody ready for Halloween? No, I'm just kidding.
Always. Got my lights.
I will bring up something that I did a video on it because I was so surprised, but I didn't realize that they had done a radio remake of Twilight Zone, and it ran for 10 years.
You talking about the one with Jordan Peele?
No, they actually did a radio remake.
Oh, okay.
Had Stacy Keach was the host, and what they did was they basically went through and they did radio dramas They redid all the episodes of the TV show, and then they went to some unfinished scripts that Rod Serling was working on at the time of his death, and some other stories that weren't completed, and they fleshed those out and they made episodes of those. I had no idea that that we had, U.S., doing a radio drama here in the U.S. I pretty much thought that the only radio show that was still going on was Prairie Home Companion on public radio.
See, I don't have the mental capacity to just sit there and listen to the radio like that for that long. I don't think I could do it without doing something else. I'd have to be like watching a movie as well.
I'd have to be either like cleaning or something, but I'd have to like be doing something I couldn't probably listen to. But I just learned recently that that guy that you said was a Rob, my mind's just like, but the original host from Twilight Zone, he was in I want to say it was Army or Air Force or whatever it was, but whatever division he was in, my grandpa was in the same division where they, jumped out of the airplanes.
Well, airborne.
And,
That's
airborne.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I just learned that recently. I knew my grandpa was in World War II, but I didn't realize he was in the same division as him.
Yeah, Rod Sterling's
Rod Sterling. I don't know why I said Rob. I said my mind's just like.
You were thinking of Rob Zombie.
Yeah, probably.
Well, no, I mean the Twilight Zone. I mean, radio first to me, because that's how I broke into That's how I broke into horror and fantasy and whatnot. Because, like I mentioned last week, I used to listen to the Mystery Theater on CBS Mystery Theater on CBS, but that ended back in the '80s, and that's the first thing I ever listened to. And I listened to it at nighttime, and to me, as far as I'm concerned, it helped develop my imagination. Because I was seeing the story in my mind's eye. I mean, sit there and imagining what was I hearing. And I think radio, that's what radio does really, really well, is if you listen to it, you really have to use your imagination. And I think that's really key, to being to really appreciate the art. I was just, like I said, I was totally blown away. I didn't hear even a whisper that this had been going on. I know that over in the UK, they still do radio programs. But here in the US, I thought that meeting was dead.
Well, if that doesn't get to you, you got to do what I do before you go to bed. I watch haunted videos and paranormal videos. For some reason, before I go to bed, I'm watching the haunt of the Exorcist house or something, live videos of people going into these paranormal houses and shit. I don't know why I do it. I just do.
I don't know how many times I fell asleep to watching videos like that.
Yeah.
And then I wonder why I have a nightmare or something. I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean,
H.P. Lovecraft actually has a society, and they do radio stories of H.P. Lovecraft as well as original titles. And they sell them off, I believe, in CD form or digital now. I'm not sure which one. I haven't been there in a while. But they do the same thing, Patrick.
Yeah, that's a really. I'm so glad. I was really happy to see that, and I listened to it, and they actually got some pretty decent names in there, some really good character actors, and they actually got a couple of very well-known names to come in there and do the shows, and very well done.
Traveling Gypsy, I agree with you. Me too. It doesn't bother me as much, but I always feel like before I go to bed, I should be listening to like Anya or something, or something like Celtic music, or like waterfalls or something. But instead, I'm listening to the haunted clown house walkthrough or something, and that's just what I do. It's weird.
Yeah, our house is 100 some odd years old, and we've had so much creepy stuff, but it's not scary. It's just I want to get your attention kind of thing, to the point I have bought one of those security cameras that I have constantly going down in the basement trying to catch evidence. I had a few videos. I don't know how people feel about orbs. They're kind of iffy, but I have a couple videos I've clipped out of different orbs that camera has caught, or like I think one of them had like a strange bang. But I saw a shadow figure in the basement. And I'm trying to catch evidence because all I have is like my word, and my dog saw it too. She took off into the basement trying to chase it. But yeah, I got a camera down there that's constantly recording, trying to catch evidence. But now I have so many videos to like pour over and try to find stuff. It's just like never ending trying to find. But we've had a lot of weird stuff happen in this house.
Gypsy, you know that I've done video. I've got videos on my channel of me doing paranormal investigations as well. Traveling Gypsy, I think, has launched a couple of them, if I'm not mistaken. See, back in the day, guys, I used to try to film myself going up, but then like really bad stuff started happening to me after I started doing like the investigation, so I had to cut it down. I've always thought about revisiting it, but like I don't want shit to follow me home anymore.
Right. I've only done stuff in this house. I've only tried to like investigate like whatever's going on in this house. I've never went out anywhere, but I've just all the stuff that I've tried like collecting has just been in this house only.
Yeah, I went to one of the biggest cemeteries in Montgomery County, Ohio, and did some investigating, which was not a good idea. Yeah, they do talk to you.
Yeah, I just found out, I think like a year ago, there's supposed to be a really famous haunted cemetery. I found out it's only like 5 minutes away from here, but I was never been able to make it out there and like explore it or anything. But yeah, I was kind of afraid to like, I don't want to bring something bad here because we already know something's here, but we know this is not bad. So we don't want to like be stupid and bring something bad back.
I think a lot of people in the community have some type of an interest in paranormal. There's a lot of people that subscribe to my channel that are paranormal channels. I think it kind of goes hand in hand, you know.
Yeah, I saw
What do you guys all think about it? Patrick, Vince?
I saw that Traveling Gypsy, the Hobbs video, the one where he investigated that haunted donut shop. That was pretty exciting.
You watched
I'll have
that?
to go look for that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you watched that.
Yeah, it was a haunted fryer, and then you were looking for, like ghost donuts for floating around. And I was like, this is where he got his donuts. This is where he got his donuts.
Don't listen to him. He's full of it. I wasn't looking for goat donuts.
Looking for those haunted donut holes.
He gets scared at night. He doesn't like to talk about the paranormal because Patrick gets a little scared around 11, 12 o'clock. He gets afraid.
Oh, yeah, I'm scared of the haunted donuts. I'm not going to lie.
He
Be
doesn't
like
want to
the
talk about
Attack of the
anything
Killer
spooky.
Donuts.
That's
Did you
right.
see that?
Yeah, that gets brought up a lot. That's like a horror community symbol. Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Yep.
I've only seen clips, haven't seen the whole thing, but it looks hilarious. I always forget to go back and watch it.
I did do a video on that Traveling Gypsy. It was weird because I actually caught EVPs and stuff on there that I couldn't make out what they were saying, but I did catch them.
Yeah, we got a video. It's like, I want to say like my second or third video. We did EVPs in the basement. We got one really loud one. It's like enough. We had a few other ones, but towards the end, I forget how far. It was still when I was recording on my phone. It was before I had my whole setup with the cameras and whatnot. But me and my husband was in the basement, and he had a SB7 hooked onto a speaker, and like one of the last things that came through was a man's voice saying enough, and it was like really loud, super clear.
Becky and Vince, are you guys into that type of thing, or do you guys?
Long before I met Becky, I lived in West Virginia, and I actually lived in the town that the Mothman prophecies,
Nice.
the whole thing is based off of. They have a statue of the Mothman in the middle of their town, and teenagers like to put bras and panties and points and cigars and stuff on it, and draw dicks on its face, and yeah.
Yeah, I found out when we moved up here. If you heard of the legend of the Beast of Bray Road, I found out that road's like 30 minutes away, and I've been wanting to go explore it so bad. It's just trying to get the time to go out there. I even bought a dash cam and stuff to hook up to my cameras or to my car so I can go explore it. But
What about you, Tim? Are you into that sort of thing? Or?
In the past I watched shows like Sightings, where there would be like paranormal and UFO sightings.
yeah, we just watched a documentary of sorts today. It was on I want to say it was Prime. It was called oh crap, what was it called? Encounters of the Fifth Kind. It was a alien documentary of sorts where they were saying that people have actually contacted. They was like shooting lasers up at the sky when ships were going. It was like the scientist guy. It was actually kind of interesting. It was like 2 hours long though. But
Yeah,
if you like
I
that,
have a hard time with movies
Please
that
tell
are
me
2
I'm not
hours
the
long.
only one who's. Please tell me I'm not the only one who watched Ancient Aliens.
we've seen a few. My
The
husband
guy
likes
with
it.
the hair. The guy with the hair, man. I love that guy.
If you haven't seen, there's a show on Sci-Fi, Alien Resident. The first episode posted Wednesday, and it has I can't think of his name. Tucker from Tucker versus Tucker and Dale versus Evil, and he plays the alien. Oh, it is so funny, and we was watching clips of it, and he is going to be in that show somewhere. It didn't say where, but it showed like the alien talking to that guy with the poofy hair, and he's like, "You should have
That's
a
a really
TV
good
show."
movie, Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
That would be awesome.
Mhm. Traveling Gypsy says, "So Tim, you've never experienced anything you can't explain?"
Not that I can think of.
No, I just been haunted by donuts.
This is how he copes with stuff in life. Like when things bother him, he talks about killer donuts.
Well, killer donuts are awesome.
Did you ever see the video that I made, Patrick, of the killer donuts when I went to Dunkin'?
No, I did not see that one.
You didn't watch where I actually had donuts attack me?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I saw that one. If I did,
Oh man,
I have to go back and look for that one.
you talk about killer donuts so much. You've got to watch that because I went and bought donuts and I got home and they went off on me.
Okay, well, let's ask everybody here in the chat. Let's ask everybody in the chat. Let's do this. Like, what's your favorite donut place?
Used to be
What was that?
Winchell's when I was really little,
Yeah, I used to go to Winchell's too.
but we don't have Winchell's anymore. But there's one local place called Mr. T's Donuts where I live that has some really good donuts.
Mr. T.
Yeah, Mr. T's Donuts is what it's called. It's a little local donut shop.
Nice.
Let's
would
let's
say-
pause that. Let's pause that real quick. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say your Dunkin' Donuts are just like the grocery store bakeries, but other than that, don't really have. But I don't think there's a local place here. I know our hometown had a local donut place, but they made it with potatoes, so it was called Spudnut, and it was just like, yeah.
We had two questions from the chat for Horror of Spice and Tim. Traveling Gypsy wants to know: have you guys ever experienced anything you can't explain?
Yeah, Tim already answered that one. I asked him.
Yeah,
I didn't see the other one.
I can't think of anything.
My whole life. My whole freaking life.
You ever wonder like how you got there and that's why you're there? Is that kind of like why shit happens the way it happens?
Well, you know those kids that always were told to go outside and play and just show up when the porch lights turn on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me. So I got into so much crap and did so much stuff. I'm surprised I'm still alive.
Well, I feel the same way. I once beer bombed an entire bottle of Jägermeister.
I woke up after a 3-day drinking binge at 2 states over, hugging a trash can.
Cheetah, she wants to know the same thing for you. Have you experienced anything that you can't explain?
When I was younger, wow, I had 2 incidences when I was younger. One was with the poltergeist, and one was with the guy who had telepathy. And yeah, he had telepathy. It was rather unsettling.
I guess Traveling Gypsy is also woken up next to a trash can as well, hugging it and snuggling.
I never really had drunk escapades, so I can't really enjoy it.
Times where you wake up.
You really learn from them. You do. You really learn from them. At least you think you do. Then you hit 38 years old and you're like, you know what? I'm done with the drunk escapades. It took literally 20 years for me to slow down just a little.
I was just thinking how terrifying it is.
I actually recently quit.
Well, that's great, man. Congratulations. So all those 151 jokes and drink jokes I make, I'm going to have to slow down on. I apologize.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
Well,
Your give a damn is busted.
Just put those jokes on the rock.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is that, like, I think drinking for a lot of people, from myself, experience is that it was to hide what was really going on. It really wasn't like, I really like the taste of vodka. It tastes so good.
Right.
No, it was really like, how am I going to get through my problems? You know, and that was one of the things that it would always solve for me growing up was to kick back a few hundred.
Right.
For me,
Traveling Gypsy, I apologize. What did you say me too to? Apparently she was not hugging trash cans. She was responding to something else you guys said.
I think waking up to empty boxes of donuts.
They got up and ran away because they were haunted.
I kid you not. I've gotten a message from Patrick at 5 a.m. asking me, did I buy donuts on his way to get donuts?
Yep, that is our symbol to see when each other's up. We send a picture of killer donuts.
You can thank H&S Collectibles for all of it. So what do you guys got scheduled to watch this week? Any movies on the dock for you that you got scheduled? Anything particular in your playlist this week you're going to be watching horror-wise? Or any type of movies?
Well, I know that they're
South Park Crocodile. Sorry.
South Park Crocodile.
I'm letting you guys pick a movie that me and the Cheetah review. I did the red bin challenge. I grabbed one of my bins, not from the basement Hobbs, but I got a bin, and I showcased what was in the bin, and I asked everybody to vote on the movie that me and the Cheetah will watch.
I think unanimously it's going to be Blackenstein, so just be prepared.
I think so too. I think it's going to be Blackenstein, and Joe's going to be watching the next week.
I got that one.
Yeah, my buddy Catfish gave me that one to me, so I'm looking forward to it.
Do you think he did it on purpose? No, I'm just kidding. I have to say, one of your viewers pissed me off. He responded to you and he says, you read off all these awesome movies. And one of your viewers was like, well, personally, I don't think I would watch any of those. I'd trade all of them. I was like, oh my God, I feel bad.
Yeah,
did you see that comment?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, to each his own. I mean, I personally, I think there's a lot of fun in that bin. And I
agree.
Every movie I bought to watch.
I almost commented, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to be good.
Oh no, I mean, if to me, it's like you can tell what a person's viewing habits are like. Like if you go back to the channel and you see that there's the same 40 horror films that everybody and their mom has, then they're having no imagination. You gotta be able to watch a variety of.
I would love to watch Groundhog myself. Dave Maggot did Groundhog. I'd love to watch that this week. The one thing that shocked me, Patrick, I have to say, I agree with the partisan. You have not seen A Christmas Story, the movie with Ralphie.
Okay, so no, I have not seen A Christmas Story. And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing I have not seen, but I do have a story. I have not seen The Goonies.
Wow.
Get out of here.
That's the reason why I bought it, because I've never watched it.
Get out of here.
The guy who played Chunk in that movie, he actually roadied for a band that came out and played for me. And I got to hang out with him. And he was a very nice young man. The best thing about it is like he told me who he was. He told me, and he was really he was like, I get so tired of asking, I get so tired of answering questions about that movie. I remember telling him I've never watched it, and he was my best friend that whole night.
You do realize that probably wasn't him, right?
No, it was him. No, everybody knew it was him. People walked up and they're going like, I know you, and then some people actually knew who he was, and then some people were looking at him like, I know the face, but I don't know the name. And then
you know what his name was? His name was Chester Copperpot. No, I'm just kidding.
That was John Matuza.
You didn't tell him that you'd never seen the movie, did you?
No, I did. I told him.
Oh my God, Patrick!
No, he was happy that I hadn't. He was so excited that I had not watched the movie, because then he wouldn't have to sit there and answer questions about it. So we just ended up talking music. True story. I wouldn't even know who he was unless the band had it. The band told me who he was. He didn't tell me who he was. The band did, and I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Patrick is like the most like level-headed, good person I freaking know. I'm telling you, like, I trust him with it. Like, he could do just about anything for you. He's such a nice freaking person. I just sometimes just want to send him some type of an extreme movie to watch, or just get him out of that good guy shell just for like 5 minutes. Just like, I just want to send him like just some bad movie just to like, you know what I mean? I'm trying. It's hard.
Send me Killer Donuts.
There actually is a movie called Killer Donuts.
Yeah.
No, I saw that. That's what we were all talking about.
It was on Prime last time I saw it. I don't know if it's still on there or not.
And Patrick doesn't stream movies at all either, so he only does physical media, but we may need to collectively find a copy of Killer Donuts and send it to him. If anybody sees it in the wild.
That's going to be a hard movie to find.
Yeah.
I never saw Matuza, Joe. He was a great player. Great player.
Traveling Gypsy says, fa ra 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 ra.
Yeah. What about Blood and Donuts? Hobbs, what about that one? Blood and Donuts.
I don't think that one's out there.
Oh.
Maybe there's a movie called Coffee and Donuts.
You could do a whole series about donut movies.
I'm telling you guys, he's a different man when he talks about donuts.
Call it the Sprinkle Chronicles.
Sprinkle Chronicles.
There is a VHS copy of Blood and Donuts out there. I did watch Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. As you guys have seen my review, it was what I thought it was. I mean, I've watched it a million times, but every time I watch it, for some reason, it gets better to me. I don't know why. It just does.
Yeah, I like the second one's a lot better than the first one. Just my opinion, because the first one, that was super cheaply shot and everything, and then the second one they put a little bit more effort, but it's still just as corny as the one. But
Hey Joe.
yeah, I
the hor-
actually own both of those on Voodoo.
yeah.
Oh,
Hey, the horror man. Have you seen a movie called Candyland? Candiland. You might have answered this earlier, but I might have missed it. Boomstick, have you seen Candyland?
I've seen the name, but I haven't watched it yet.
My
I've
God,
seen
I
some
just watched that
talk about
It's
it.
fresh in my mind. I just watched it 4 hours ago. Becky and Vince sent it to me, and I'm just thinking to myself, what the hell would I do in that situation if you got a settlement of money, but you were so depressed that you couldn't leave the house, like, and you just sat there and just kept getting more weirder and weirder, and you paint your whole house up like Candyland, the video, like the board game, and you just start seeing things and getting all like depressed and hallucinating. Like that's just so crazy.
it's funny you mentioned that.
Yes, Joe.
It is weird. I remember my father-in-law. On my when I first met him, he was in his early 80s, and he was a really nice guy. He was salty, but he's a really nice guy. Lori's dad, and it was really weird watching the dynamic as his relatives passed away, like his brother and his aunt and whatnot. He inherited money, and the more money he inherited, the more miserable he got. He was absolutely
True.
miserable. He was just not a. He just hated it.
It's true. I know people that have gotten money that have inherited money and have been severely depressed. But this one is weird, man. Like Gary Busey's in it, and like Gary Busey's trying to be the consulting dad to like make up for lost time, but the kid wants nothing to do with him. It's so weird.
Hey, Hobbs,
What up?
you should really discuss a little bit about the relationship between the father and the son, because that was interesting too.
Hey Vince, have at it, buddy. Let's hear it. So
What I remember the most about that. Go ahead.
no, I'm waiting for you, buddy. I'm glad. I wanted to hear your thoughts anyway on it.
So the relationship between the father and the son, Gary Busey was playing a little bit over the top when he did his scenes, but it was an eeriness to the relationship. Like there was more than just a father and son in their relationship. Not that's as far as I can remember on that.
There wasn't anything sexual there, was there?
No. I'm not talking about sexuality. I'm just saying like it's more like two friends who know a bad secret type of thing.
Oh yeah. Because that movie had a lot of like, and I'm not trying to be like perverse or anything, but it had a lot of sexual tension in it. Like him and his girlfriend were locked up in the movie or in the apartment intentionally. And the best thing that they learned to do was just to keep having. The only thing they would do is just buy groceries and not eat it, starve, and then have sex. And like they just kept getting more and more depressed and kept hallucinating. Each of them kept having flashbacks, but they kept trying to connect with each other physically. And like things happened towards the end of the movie, and you're like, you wonder if either one of them were sexually abused as kids. And I thought maybe Gary Busey and the son in that movie had some type of a weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, the relationship between the two is weird. I don't know. He was really upset with Gary in that movie. Let's just put it that way. But it was nice to see Gary in a movie again. It's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen him
Yeah.
in anything in a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, the paper bag nomad has shown up to the chat.
A friend of mine was talking a while back. I think I'd just seen Mandy, and we and him were talking about we should put Nicolas Cage, Gary Busey, and Steve Buscemi, all that craziness into one movie and just see how it goes. But we didn't have a plot for the movie. Just throw those guys in there and just There you go.
It could be the remake of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
If
I
you
know I
guys
can't
have
wait
not
for the new-
subscribed, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I can't wait for the new
He's
movie
good.
with Nicolas Cage coming out. The one where he fights the animatronics.
Yes.
I can't wait for that one.
Yes, that one looks intense. If you guys have not subscribed to my friend the Paperbag Nomad, he's in the chat. He's doing what's called van life, which is basically boondocking in your van or living in your van temporarily or for a long period of time or even for a couple months. And he's got a new set of a series out. And he calls himself the Paperback Nomad. It's almost a little bit. His bag looks a little creepy that he wears over his head. You could almost see it in a horror movie. I would use it in a horror movie. It's badass. Welcome back, Cheetah.
Yes, thank you,
off.
Ben. Willy's Wonderland.
I had to get some tackling fuel.
What'd you say, Vince?
I have to get off here and take care of Becky, okay?
All right, guys. Becky, feel better. You guys have a good evening.
Feel better.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I saw the preview for Willy's Wonderland. Looked okay.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. But
Dude,
that's
it looks
kind of like I
awesome.
like those crazy movies like that, so I can't wait to see it. I know that.
I was just bummed out when I heard him recycle the line from Watchmen, though. That was sort of like a turnoff to me.
No, yeah.
We're not trapped in here. We're not trapped with them. They're trapped with us. I was like, dude, really? That's the best you can do writing wise?
At least it's not the Polonia brothers, right?
Oh, thank God for that. I haven't heard any news yet about the new Ouija Shark 2 movie.
Yeah.
I gotta look these up because when you guys were all talking about it last week, I've never heard of them, and they sound crazy. I always like a good shark movie.
Oh,
Have
man.
you ever? I mean, I'm not trying to be ridiculous, but have you heard of Wild Eye Releasing?
I've seen a few, but I've never really paid attention to what's Wild Eye and whatnot.
We should. We should have her contact Rob. Have him send her a few and see what she thinks and maybe review.
You know what? That's a really good idea, and I bet he would do that too, because actually, I mean, maybe I know YouTube's full of them, but I don't really see too many women horror reviewers. I mean, I see a lot of women do movie reviews, but not really dedicated to horror reviews.
Yeah.
I think Jen is like probably Jen is one. That's probably it, isn't it? Who else? Becky and Vincent. Becky does. She comments on the reviews, but as far as a dedicated horror reviewer, I don't really see that many out here.
Welcome back, Tim.
It's pretty slim. Oh, not just like horror.
I had to go to the
reviewers,
bathroom.
but just like people I've
I'm just
known my
talking to the
life,
people
there's
on
not
Twitter.
really that many women that have liked horror. Just people I've been around. I know there are other women that like horror. I've just never personally known one like any place that I've lived or at least been into it as much. I'm not saying that they don't exist. Obviously they exist, but I know they're usually far between.
Well, let me ask you, since you're our first dedicated reviewer and horror fan, what's your breaking point as in a horror film? I mean, can you watch anything and everything, or is there like
Pretty much, except for like some extreme, like I will not watch the Human Centipede movies. I will not watch them. Other than that, I'll watch basically anything. I think some of them with the babies get killed, I have a hard time dealing with that, just with like personal experience. But unless you can really tell like the baby's fake or something, but
Animal snuff is horror. I don't care
extreme
for
that.
like Cannibal
What's up,
Holocaust.
Martin?
Oh, yeah.
Still one I won't watch.
Yeah, I only watched that
Anthropomorphic
because
food is in
Joe
the
Bob
house.
had it on one of his nights. But Darcy warned us ahead of time, hey, there's this coming up, look, turn it off or look away for a minute until it's over. So at least we had a warning it was coming.
And you know what? I think that that's great. I do think that
Could you hand me
it's I understand people's views
floor?
on it. I am unfortunately one of the ones that will watch it all. But I mean, that's just
Thank
me
you.
though. But it's nice to know that you guys have some limitations, and that's cool. I don't know why. Maybe I'm psychotic, but I watch everything that there is. Nothing bothers me. But I like the fact that other people know their limits. I think that you should, because you shouldn't watch something that bothers you. I agree with you guys on that.
Yeah, for sure. I'll never watch the Human Centipede movies, and I can't think. There was one baby movie. I want to say it was Stillborn, but I'm not 100% sure if that was it. That I'm not sure if I want to watch just because of the title and whatnot. But yeah, definitely will never check out Human Centipede.
Yeah, I saw the first two Human Centipede movies, and they were gross.
Yeah. If they're just making the movie just to be gross, I ain't gonna watch that. But other than that, I'll watch about anything.
Think about the idea, though, scientifically. I know it seems gross, and it is gross, but scientifically, he was trying to make one human organism out of 3 people. One digestive tract out of 3 different people.
Okay.
It's interesting. I know that sounds crazy, but it's an interesting thought. Maybe not necessarily go about it the way that he did it, but a lot of people, I'm telling you, when I went to a convention, when I was waiting in line, I seen a 20-person human centipede, fake human centipede. People doing like the Congo line, but they were doing the human centipede.
That would be interesting to see.
I'm not exaggerating. It's on YouTube, in fact.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the crazy level that horror community people, some get to.
Right.
And they had a blast. Of course, they were drinking. But there is extreme horror, and then there's horror, and then there's classic horror. Now, Martin, who's also in the chat, he has limitations too, but I love the stuff that he watches. He watches a lot of stuff that doesn't really take it to that level, and that's awesome.
Yeah, my personal preference is like the horror comedy genre.
Now, Patrick, he just
really
watches
like
soap
that.
operas. He doesn't even really watch horror.
Joe's saying he's psychotic like Hobbs. Yeah, I just like it when the family video sale happened. I saw all 3 segments were for sale, and I just couldn't do it. As much as I love IFC movies, I just couldn't pull the trigger on that. I was like, you don't.
Yeah, I don't want to be there.
I could got them, but didn't have to watch them. But I just don't want to be. People come up there and say, "That's a great collection," and what the fuck is that?
Right? Yeah, I don't want to ever have anything in my collection that I'm not gonna watch, and I'm not gonna. I have a lot, but shoot, half my horror movies. We didn't get everything moved up here, so like half my horror movies are in Illinois. Half my horror movies are up here, and it's a mess.
Oh yeah. I don't want to talk about that too much, otherwise I'll hear about. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that, Hobbs. I'm sorry. I was supposed to put up a video up of the of my basement.
A video up of your basement? What was in?
Well,
His donuts. No, I'm kidding.
What's in your basement?
My donut maker. Making killer donuts. No, my films are down there. Like over half my collection's down there. Over half. Yeah. So I'm trying to showcase my collection. That's why I started doing the red. Where are the bodies? Yes. Unfortunately, Gypsy, there are 3 bodies that are in my house.
The bodies are just ingredients for the donuts.
They're ghosts. They're spirits.
Traveling Gypsy wants to know: are there actual bodies?
No, there's 3 spirits there that are here though. In my house.
I agree. I understand, buddy.
Yep.
If you really wanted to, though, dude, if you really wanted to, you can make a badass film room down there if you ever wanted to. If you ever wanted to.
Right. I don't.
I know why you don't. I know why you don't. I know why you don't. I know why you don't go down there. We've talked about it, but it's all good, bud. I understand.
Movie room out of my spare room. I have a spare bedroom. I'm going to make a badass movie room out of there in the springtime. I'm going to have a carpenter come out, and we're going to build shelves, and I'm going to have my I'm going to have them up. I'm going to have my collection up. But
it's hard to display it all. It really is. It's hard. I've got movies in multiple rooms. Like Joe the Horror Man, he's got a whole bedroom for VHS, a whole bedroom for DVD and Blu-ray.
I found a picture of Joe's what Joe's room looks like. I posted it to him on someone posted it on Instagram, and I sent it to him, and I said, "This is all you, Joe." And there's this guy sitting right in this room, and it's just wall to wall, all 4 rooms from top to bottom, nothing but VHS. And honest to God, I'm thinking that's probably exactly how Joe's room looks like. I'm sure it is stacked I'm sure it's from the floor to the ceiling.
Anthropomantic Fiend Martin, you watched Audition and you liked it. That's so awesome because I believe I sent that to you. Audition is awesome.
Yeah, I watched Audition for my 31 Days of Halloween challenge, but until like the very end, it's like a really slow burn almost. And it's just, I'm not really into the slow burns, but once it starts getting going towards the end, it's actually pretty good. But that all the lead up before that, I just think it's just my personal. I just don't really like slow burns, but it just seemed like a slow burn until it amped. So she basically snapped at close to the end of the movie.
Snap.
If I might make a suggestion, Boom, on your videos, I love what you do, but you know what you should do? We do a lot of challenge videos too, that a lot of us do. If you catch on to some of those, sometimes that'll be cool to do too, because we always do like a lot of group challenges. You should jump in those sometime with us. You know, the community does a lot of. I mean, you watch my stuff, but the community does a lot of like our top 20 of a certain franchise, or we'll do like the Horror Man and everybody, Jason and Brad, the Super Slash Brothers. You should watch them on Friday nights, and Saturday nights we got the Coast to Coast stream, but they do a lot of like your top 20 for 20 slasher films, or your top 20 for 20 like creature features. Those are really fun to participate, and you get to learn a lot about movies you didn't know. And it's we do that quite often.
I'll have to look into that and try to remember to add it in.
That's awesome, Martin. Really I didn't know if you like it or not. I'm glad you liked it, buddy.
Of course, it really helps if you have to be organized, though, for some of those.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's what really holds me back. It's like I can do every single challenge that there's there, but my stuff is so scattered. There's no organized.
Tim, that's for you too, buddy. You can always join our challenges for fun and stuff, and hashtag a lot of the stuff that we do. And it's cool to see what everybody's interested in. You know, there's things that people like that other people don't like, and it's not really repetitive. You know, some people hate Halloween 3. Some people hate Texas Chainsaw 2. Other people love it. It's crazy. There's always fun debates on those movies alone.
Yeah, I'm still honestly, it's like one of my things now. I'm getting rather obsessed with it, dude. I still want to see Joe's Wild Eye collection video. I'm like, come on, Joe, show us.
Well, he just said just now. It says it takes him 2 hours to do a 10-minute clip because he has to find the movies.
And usually when I film, like I said, I'll get several videos done in one day just because all my stuff is on a different level of the house and getting me up and down from there. It's just, so sometimes I'll bring my stand down to the level I'm at so I can at least like film off my phone, but I don't always remember to haul that thing down the stairs with me. So
I hear you. Tim, do you have a big collection with what you have?
Yeah, I've got a huge collection.
Martin, I've had those moments too, buddy. Yep.
Joe says, especially since he has stuff in different rooms on different floors of his house. See, I tried to do that. Like I thought about putting stuff in my closet, but I was like, I guess I have to have clothes.
That's what I did. That's why you saw that when I did the red bin challenge. That's why I showed you the closet. I do have stuff in the closet, and that's on the upper floor, and then the stuff downstairs in the basement. You know, so I have stuff on different floors as well.
Now, the stuff that you have in your closet, was those movies that you had already brought up, or did you not move anything from the basement, any of those bins up yet?
I'll see what I brought up from the basement, and this is just the red bins are just overflow. Like I brought up most of my TV series, so all my TV series are on the shelves, and in the closet. Those are most, and then I have another stack where I put Blu-rays on there, and so it was supposed to be just for TV shows, but
you have a lot of TV shows. I didn't know you had a whole bunch of TV shows like that in your collection.
I always talk for those TV shows I love them.
See, they have Gummo Travel. I didn't really look either, though.
No, yeah, I have that. Although the case that I got it in was shot to shit, so that's why I had to move it over to. I had to move it to the binder. But no, I have a wow. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll probably do maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do an overview of a shelf.
Traveling, you should film it and put it on YouTube.
Hey, Joe,
Adam Green's Frozen was insane.
Oh yeah,
that movie was solid, Martin. That's a great
I
watch.
love that movie. Hi, Max.
Yeah, that movie is intense.
You're gonna have to go get the cheetah now.
We have a visitor.
Oh,
what's it, Vince?
Oh, look at that.
His name's Max. I said
Max.
we have a visitor.
You're gonna have to go get the cheetah now, Patrick.
We've got a cat named Bootsy, but my mom just let Bootsy out.
Okay.
He's trying to get up on the computer. No.
What type of cat is Bootsy?
Bootsy's a tuxedo cat. She's black and white.
Okay.
So she's colored like a penguin.
Martin, I feel you. I feel your pain. Joe, I was going to ask you, did you hear about the reboot for the Wonder Years? Because I know the Wonder Years is, I know the Wonder Years is one of your very favorites.
That is my. Who are you talking to? That is my favorite series of all time, buddy.
Well, you know they're rebooting it, right, for ABC.
Yeah, me and Joe love the Wonder Years, man. Hell yeah! I've heard about the reboot, but I don't know. I don't think the original cast is going to be in it.
No, they're going to reboot it as with an African American family.
Oh, okay, okay.
So Chris Savage is producing it, and he's going to be directing the.
Wow, Joe, you have 2 Maine Coons. Holy shit! I didn't know that.
Maine Coons
are big cats.
They're big cats.
Yeah, my brother had one for the longest time. That thing would follow him. He'd go on hikes in the woods, and he wouldn't even put a leash on it, and that thing would just follow him everywhere, just
Maine
like a dog.
we thought about getting a Maine Coon here, but a Maine Coon. That's like a friggin' tiger. Ain't that what Paladin is in Paladin and Maine Coon?
No, he's part cheetah and part British short hair. He's not a pure cheetah. I mean that's crazy, but he's half and half. He's half British short hair and half cheetah.
Well, Martin has a panther named Moriarty and another kitten named Juliet. That's nice. Everybody in the house, everybody in the community has cats.
Well, it's because cats
dog too. But she's outside with my husband right now playing in the snow.
I feel bad. We're taking your time.
Oh, you're fine. I did a video. Have you seen The Good Boy? It was on Hulu. It's a movie with that dog that turns into a monster. I can't think of the chick's name that was in it, but the dog.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, the dog looks almost exactly like my dog. So when I did a review, I had my dog Well, I put her in the thumbnail with her in my lap and everything. I tried to reenact like the poster of the thing, and then I
Good night,
had her
Martin.
in my lap the whole time I did the video. She was my emotional support dog because the dog in the movie is an emotional support dog.
The truth is animals are just like people.
Mm-hmm.
I hate anybody that mistreats animals. I'll stop and I'll fight somebody tooth and nail if I see somebody mistreating an animal. I don't care if I get my ass beat. It's on.
Yeah, I've got gloves for that too.
Martin's leaving the chat. Martin, go check out Martin. He's also got a contest going right now. So do check out his contests as well. He's got some good stuff. He's auctioning off some really good movies, actually, too.
Yeah, he got a nice price package. I think Steven's contest dropped. I'm looking at my bell, and I think his contest dropped. He was doing his 300 subscriber contest. So
what do you guys hope to accomplish out of your channels? Do you eventually want to be to 500 or 1,000? What do you guys hope to accomplish?
I just want to use it to promote my blog. I'm getting close up to my 500th review, and I like using this platform to promote. I think it's really, when it's done right, it's really productive. I just, I have to get something off my chest here, and then maybe you guys could walk me off the ledge or whatever. But my pet peeve is this. My pet peeve is when you go subscribe to somebody, and you let them know in the comment section, right? You sit there and say, "Hey, like your content, I just subbed to you." Doing this, that. I get frustrated when you sit there and you say that. Hey, I don't necessarily think you necessarily need to come over and sub to me, but at least I'd like you to come over and take a look at what I'm doing, because I do think that you will sub. And I just find it really frustrating when you do sub to somebody and they don't sub back. I don't know.
A lot of times, a lot of times I don't catch it because some reason with my YouTube, it doesn't tell me. Maybe because I'm really low on subscribers, but it doesn't tell me every single person that subs. I've tried my best to get everybody that subs to me, but it doesn't let me know. I don't know if that goes for everybody, but it doesn't always let me know who is subscribed to me. But if somebody subscribes to me and I can see it, I will subscribe to them. Or if they comment and say they subscribed, I'll try to get them. But if they don't comment or YouTube doesn't notify me, then I have no idea. I don't know if that is the same for the people you're talking about, but I know I've had that experiences myself.
Do you use the YouTube Studio app?
Yeah.
That's the reason why I leave comments, because I do know that there's sometimes that people will not see, people won't see me, maybe they won't see me. That's why I go comment going like, I like your content, I sub. So
right. Yeah, and I know I appreciate it because I usually try to make sure if I see somebody subscribe to me or make a comment or whatever, I try to make sure I at least like every comment on my videos. And sometimes I'll reply back, but it just kind of depends. But I try to at least like every comment, and then if I'll usually try to subscribe back to them. But yeah, I don't know if that works for everybody, but I know like mine, it doesn't tell me every single person that's subscribed.
I do know that there are a couple channels that I will fanboy to that I know they're not going to comment back, nor are they going to subscribe to my channel, because I really like their content. But if it's somebody that I feel like I'm somewhat on the same level, we like the same shit, and I've commented to you lots of times, and you don't even give me the time of day, then you're gone. Period. Yeah. But if you're somebody that I'm a fanboy over, and I just can't help but watch your channel, like if Joe never talked to me again ever in life, and he never subscribed to me or anything like that, I would still watch his stuff because I'm a huge fanboy of all of those guys, the Super Slash Brothers, and a lot of the heavy hitters in the community. But sometimes you won't get comments, or sometimes you get people that won't subscribe. But if they're on your level and you feel like you're really attempting to
That's
to
it
talk
right
to
there.
them and try to be a good subscriber to them, they should respond to you and they should take somewhat of an interest in what you're doing. You know?
Exactly. That's the problem right there. See, I get you're right. See, it's the level. See, I just like I know that Joe and Jason and there's a few others. They have over 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 subscribers. No, I understand they necessarily can't see everybody or subscribe to everybody or say, but I'm talking about
Thanks, Joe.
people on my level. I'm just barely over 130. And if I go over and I see somebody over there and we both have common interests and we talk to each other or commented, but I subscribe to them and they don't subscribe back, I just find it really frustrating because I believe that building together makes us all stronger.
Right.
But keep in mind, when I say our level, I'm not talking about subscriber numbers. I'm talking about somebody that may have 20,000 subscribers that you're not going to be able to even get a comment back because they just can't. It's incapable. They may still. But if you have somebody that answers a lot of comments and you go a couple videos and you've commented and they don't give you the time of day, then you know what? No, I'm done with you. Period.
Yeah, I get. I'm never going to crush anybody that has a massive amount of subscribers and not coming over. Like honestly, I don't. I
don't care how big I ever get. If I ever get to a level of huge, which everybody wants to do that, I think in time, I would never do that to anybody. Ever.
I will do my very best. I would do my very best to answer people's comments. I might be a couple days late, but sometimes I like to let the comments build up a little bit, and then I go in there and I do it all in one shot. And then I go over their channel and see what they're doing. And like I said, I was really frustrated to find out that YouTube had been knocking off because I always hit the notification bell, and I found it really frustrating. I go back and I'm like, why is the bell not notifying me? Because YouTube knocked me off, so I have to go back there and hit the bell button all over again.
True story, guys. I don't use the bell at all. I don't feel like I need to. And I'll tell you the reason why. Generally, all of my comments show up in the studio. When I get a dashboard, like Joe said, all the comments are in the dashboard. And then I put everybody's videos in the playlist to watch later. So I try to get to everybody's stuff. But if you want the true, real way to get subscribers, and Brad will tell you this, Joe will tell you this, Jason, you have to comment. And you have to show interest in people. And at least when they comment on your stuff, say something back, like a thank you or a thumbs up. You just have to show respect. And that's what those guys have always instilled in me that you do to be successful.
Yeah, that's why I've always at least liked somebody's comment on there. But I don't really care how many I get. Like right now, I have. Last I checked, I had like 76 subscribers. I don't think I'm going to grab, like 500. Well, never know. I never thought I'd get over 5.
I'm telling you.
Quite honest. But
Patrick had like 6 when he started 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And he has slowly gained to like 130 something in 4 or 5 months?
Since July. I started my channel in July. So, it's slow moving, but it has been a little bit better since I've gotten past 100. It's like increased. But like I lost a subscriber today, so I'm backing down to 135. It happens.
Last week when I was talking to you on the chat, it's like I gained like 7 that night, and like overnight I lost 4. That was like weird.
I don't see algorithms, but I think that YouTube does that too. I think YouTube will they see all of a sudden you get all these subscribers. I think they think that they're all bought, and so they'll go around and they'll knock them all off. Because I had a night like that. I had a night where I got 7. And I'm like, holy shit, that's the best I've ever done. And the next day, 5 of them were gone.
Yeah.
And I just think it was YouTube. I think they unsubscribed me. I don't think the person did. I think YouTube did because they thought they were bought.
It's absolutely true, Joe. It's just like Joe put in the chat.
I remember talking to my husband. I was like, man, I had it was like 78. Now it's like down to 74. It's like, wow, where are all these people go?
If you respond and say a simple thank you, just like Joe says, it just shows that you take interest in your viewers, you know?
Yeah, mine's basically a hobby because I can't work. So it makes me feel like I'm doing something and it like to show. And basically, that's all I really have is like the horror community because I've had that. I've been in it since at least the 90s. So it's just, getting that out there, show my interest, show the movies.
Well, if you stick with it, if you stick with the group, you'll meet some of the greatest people in the world.
Yeah, I have so far.
The horror community and the horror, I'm telling you, fans are the best fans in the entire world. They will do anything for you. Anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's some fantastic people here. Yeah, I agree with that too, Joe. I mean, I try to do that too. I always try to leave every time someone leaves a comment. I do my very best to leave a comment back. And sometimes I'll go back to older videos just to sweep them, just to see if there's anybody in there I forgot. And then if that's the case, I'll leave a comment there too. Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard. This is the hardest platform I've seen I've had to grow. I mean, Twitter is easy to grow. Facebook's not that bad either. If you really want the friends, if you really want the 5,000, it's not that hard to get.
Facebook I basically just use for family and whatnot because it has like my real name and whatnot. Well, I have a couple of you guys. I know Hobbs is on my Facebook. I can't think of who else is on there, but yeah, the Facebook I don't really give out much, but like my Twitter and Instagram that go under the Miss Boomstick name, so y'all can have at it at that. But I'm kind of picky with the Facebook because that has more of my personal information in it. But
yeah, I've actually added a lot of the community to my Facebook page because I was like that too. I always kept my Facebook really tight, and I go through it like twice a year, and I call out people I haven't talked to. I might have subscribed to them like 5 or 6 years ago, but if I haven't talked to you, I don't know them. And plus their new layout is just sucks because you can't even see you can't even see any of your friends on there now. They give you access to like 30 people and you can't see the rest of them.
Yeah, I follow so many horror communities like groups and whatnot. I see more of those posts than I see of actually like friends and family. So I usually just loaded up with like different horror communities talking about movies and this and that. So I hardly ever see anybody else talk. Hey, babies. Come here.
Well, it's I think there's a whole bunch of different communities.
Oh,
I feel like ours. How do I say this? I feel like ours is the best. Like,
so. You guys are definitely the closest out of all the ones I follow. The other ones are just big groups with tons of people that just talk. They don't really like get along and talk and like to each other or know each other really. But all the other ones are just like, let's talk about such and such movie and that's it. And then go your separate ways.
I mean, when it comes to pure knowledge of different variety of movies, even non-horror, the groups that we're around are just like the best. I mean, if you're looking for something specific, they can tell you what format it's on, how to get it.
Yeah, that's what I like too. I like I like the variety of things. I like how we have our show here and how you can talk about just about anything. And that's really fun. Well, except for politics. As long as you don't talk politics, and and I agree because I've actually seen some politics, some political groups, and some of those live streams. It's worthless. You go in there and it's flying by so fast. No one's watching. No one's listening. No one's saying anything important. All they're trying to do is just get their half cent in, and no one's watching it. No one cares.
Yeah.
It looks like a stampede. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of a fucking stampede.
Well, this is like a nice break trying to get away from all that garbage too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like coming here because I love going to the Slash Bros because they're entertaining as hell. Coast to coast, entertaining as hell. You know, that's really what we try to. That's really what I love about this community. It's so relaxing.
Come here.
There's a lot of personality too. You got some people that are rather tame and relaxed, and you got some people a little more vocal. It is what it is. It's how it's how we cope in the world. We all like one common ground, which is movies.
Right. Trying to get my dog to come because she say hi, but she's not coming to me.
So Tim, what you got going on tomorrow, buddy? Anything? You got some snow coming your way? Or?
No, it's not snowing here. I might do some errands tomorrow.
Yeah.
I could ship you some. No, I'm kidding. We got plenty.
Yeah.
Put snow mounds from trying to plow everything out of the driveway.
I just started working from home again. I was working from home before I left the job, and I was told it'd be 6 months before I worked at home again, and I was kind of excited because I needed a little bit of a break, but like I guess my performance and I was really good at my attendance. They're like, we're hiring more people. We need you to work from home. I'm like, okay.
Shoot.
So within 2 or 3 months, I've been at 2 different jobs that I've been working from home at, and I tell you, you have to get away sometimes because it almost feels like you're claustrophobic being in one place for 8 or 9 hours a day in your home.
Were you able to still do your dash for horror since you've been working?
I haven't had a chance to do that because I've been working from home. I will be though. I promise you that. I gotta go get a new tire tomorrow, but I will be doing that.
Okay. Yeah, because I always want to see what horror movies you're getting from your dash for horror.
Well, the thing is, I try to collectively get stuff and put it towards the end of the month. By the way, you have packages on the way, but we'll talk about that separately. Okay. But I always try to, Derek made a good point a couple streams ago. He said you should do your monthly haul at the end of the month, and for some reason I didn't get the views that I did whenever I was doing an unboxing. So I think I'm going to go back to doing a regular unboxing instead of doing everything at the end of the month.
No, I think you should know. I think you do it when you get it, because it's instant content for sure. It's instant content, and people like to see what you get.
Well, he made the point that he likes what Bren does, which is review the film and talk about what he got. I don't always have that kind of time, so for me, I'll review it later.
My watch list is just so. It's funny. It's like, so I got so much already on my shelf. Like, it's crazy. So I got reconnected with my new Warner Brother rep this week. my old one got downsized in December. So they sent he sent me the name of the new contact, but I just sent an introductory email and that was it because the holiday season. So I sent it out today. I sent it out, sent it out again last week. We connected, and now I'm getting, after I haven't got anything new in months. I haven't gotten anything new from Warner Brother in months. And it's like, okay, that's fine because I got so much to do already. But I don't know why, but I went ahead and contacted my rep and I said, hey, what do you got coming? And now my watch list just grows all that much more heavier. And I wrote to another studio and I offered I showed them my blog. So I'm like, I don't know why I'm asking for more when I already got so many as it is.
Well, for me, I'm obsessive compulsive.
I
have to be down to like 3 left that I've not watched me to go and buy more. Like, I feel like I have to watch or honor my obligations to the people that send me films. If I don't watch what I get sent, I feel like I'm doing myself an injustice if I just keep piling up tons of stuff that I'm never going to watch. I just feel like I need to watch everything, I try to do at least 1 to 2 movies a day if I can.
That's really disciplined. I agree with that. Now, do you, like, since you and Joe are both horror, Wild Eye guys along with me, do you review every single title they send you, or have you
every single title? I'm down to 3 titles total in my entire Wild Eye collection that I've not reviewed. Only one of them is one that they sent me, so I'm getting close to a new box. I review everything they sent me, whether it's good, bad, indifferent.
I personally think Rob messes with my head when he sends me stuff like from Brett Kelly and Mark Colonia. I think he does it deliberately.
Oh, look.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What type of dog is that?
He's shy.
She's a mix.
He's shy.
Yeah, she don't hide her head.
The thing is, Patrick, it's just it's not even just Wild Eye. I'm just anal like that, dude. I have a routine. The only way I can function in life is to have a routine. You see me up at like 3:00 in the morning. I'm watching videos for YouTube. I'm reviewing. I stay busy nonstop. That's how I roll.
No, I'm gonna be reviewing as soon as this stream's over and I go check out everybody's videos. But I'm gonna review that TV series Haunted, which surprisingly is from a distributor that surprised me. I didn't expect it to be from it. For Phase 4 Films, I was surprised to see that they distributed this short run series.
Phase 4, they do series, right?
Yeah, they do a lot of independent horror films and whatnot, but I didn't know they had gotten into distributing TV series until I put Haunted on there and I saw that and I'm going like, well, that's interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I agree, and yeah, Wild Eye Week was an absolute blast. That was one of the funnest times I've had.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I always feel like I should honor my obligation. If they send me a box of stuff, whether I like it or not, I'm going to review it.
Yeah, I sent my review to Rob of chocolate strawberry vanilla. Again, that was just thanks to you and Joe and you, Hobbs and Jason. That's really reason I wouldn't and asked for it, because you guys talk so highly of it. So that's why I asked for it.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, was your review of that movie. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that because I didn't take it as so much comedic like you did. I didn't think some of it. I didn't think it was so much. I thought it was more of a psychological play. I mean, I know some parts, and I'm sorry. I should have warned you about the cat scene in the beginning. I should have warned you about that. I'm such an asshole for not doing that, but I didn't. I thought the guy was just really, really deep into depression. I don't know that I thought it was so much comedy based. Is that what you thought, or was that just the way it was coming out?
Actually, the reason why I thought that was because I listened to the director's commentary. If you listen to the director's commentary, listen to those guys. The way they're talking about that movie, it's almost like a comedy. To them, they see it lightly. You know, it's almost like they're surprised by the heaviness that they made. It's like, did we intend it to be this heavy? I don't know. You know, because it is a heavy movie. That movie and that guy who played Warren, that guy was fucking phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal.
I mean, that was one of the greatest Wild Eye movies I've seen, and I agree. I think it's awesome, but I don't know. I was just trying to figure out your thoughts because you said some parts were comical. I didn't know if you thought maybe some of it was funny or.
The thing is, I think they were trying to. They laid it on so thick about how he was. You know, like, okay, look at, we established him as a really, really sad sack. Okay, you established that, but there's nothing funny about it. There's not like, oh, how much more can you heap on this guy? Ah, ha, ha. No, it's, like when he killed his cat and he's sitting there and he starts crying and it's like, it just didn't seem funny to me. But when you watch the commentary, they're sort of like treating it lightly. And I'm like, I don't get that, because it's like, you didn't make a light film. You did. I don't know. Maybe on the script it looked light, look like maybe a dark comedy or whatever. But in actuality, once you really look at him, it's not funny. It's very sad. It's just a very sad and a very somber character study.
The truth is, I've seen people. I've worked in retail before, and I've seen people that are very kept to themselves. They didn't date anybody. They didn't have much family. They were just to themselves. And they would go to work and they would go home. But I would find a way to connect with them just a little bit, just to get a little more in. And you would realize that those people, they're not depressed. They just prefer not to be around anybody. They're just homebodies and they just want to go to work and come home. And I always wondered if Warren was like that in that film. And Joe said that he commented on his review. That is awesome. But I've seen people like that, and they intrigue me because I could never be the type of person that could go to work and just come home and just pay my bills and then go to sleep, and that's it. There's no flavor there to me. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, Josh, that would actually describe me. That's exactly how much.
No.
That is yes.
No.
Yeah, bullshit. Exactly I don't go out that much. This is my social avenue right here. My buddy Catfish, who came in earlier, he's my one real life friend. That's it. That's who I hang out with. I don't go out with anybody. I have been reclusive now for the last 7 years. I'm working on it now. But I used to go to work, do my job, and then I would either go to the grocery store or the video store or whatnot, and then I would go home, and that's it. So
I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Patrick.
Sure.
Did you drive an ice cream truck by any chance?
No, but I worked with
My dad did when I was little. I used to ride in the back.
Joe, I actually had a director come over to my Instagram page and this week and thank me for my review for Line of Duty. Steven C. Miller came by and dropped a comment on my Instagram page.
Boom! What we're talking about is a movie called Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla. Have you heard about that?
Just by you guys, I think you guys talked about it a little bit last week, but other than that, I haven't
he's
heard of it.
A lonely guy that drives an ice cream truck. I don't think Patrick is the same way. I think Patrick is more vocal. I think he's a little more hip to the world than Warren was. But Warren would just watch one sitcom.
He watched that soap opera that around the block. Did you watch that? Did you watch that on the special features, Joe and Hobbs? Did you watch that the Around the Block episodes? That was a really interesting. I
won't now because I don't want it to be a comedy.
No, that right there itself is really funny because it's a parody of soap operas. It's total parody. You see the entrance to the show. Everybody's happy and smiling, right? And they're facing the camera, and it looks like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a fun show. But then it's all all this drama going on. It was funny.
See, I just that movie really spoke to me. It really did. Just like this movie I watched today, Candyland. It really spoke to me. I'm really big on character development. For me, is huge in movies. Huge.
Yeah, I agree with you.
What's up, Big Daddy J?
What's up, Justin?
Well, let me rephrase it. What's up, Big Daddy?
That was one of the that I have to say that was definitely top 5 Wild Eye movies for me. That Chocolate Strawberry Vanilla was definitely top 5.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was like a piece of art. It really was.
And talk about people that have been in the movie or whatever that's commented. I did a review not too long ago of the Christmas special, the Creepshow Christmas special, and I absolutely loved it. And I gave a review of it, and I said I thought it was really good because it's my type of movie. It's like that silly horror comedy, whatnot. And one of the actors, he played the werewolf. commented on that, and he said that he was going to pass my review on to Greg, which I'm assuming means Greg Nicotero. If you don't know who that is, he's
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
But
yeah.
so he said he was going to pass it on to Greg. So I'm presuming he did.
They do. They pass it along.
So yeah. So I thought I was really excited about that for a while.
That's awesome. See, those are the things. I mean,
let's see one of my videos, and I'm not like big famous person or anything.
a lot of us that review Wild Eye films or films in general get comments from the actors or the directors.
No, I made friends. I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but she was in Clown NATO, and she was in I can't think of the other movie.
Are you talking about the girl that Brad interviewed last week? What the hell was her name?
Dylan Harvey.
Yeah, her. Yeah,
Harvey.
She subscribed to me, and she comments on my videos every now and then.
That's awesome.
The only people that get bad comments back on their videos from any of the actors and directors is Patrick.
I got a director who was not. I've heard from a couple of different directors who were not happy with my reviews.
He gives an honest opinion and then he gets shit for it.
Michael Cassie, from Hunter's Moon. That was bad. That was bad.
Do they tell you off in the comments, or do they like?
No. Michael Cassie's a class act. He's a really good director. He's a really good writer. I don't know. He's probably gonna do another movie. Definitely direct another movie. Well, what happened was, real quick, was I have not only do I review movies, but I also do interviews, and so I was really hyped up to see this movie called Hunter's Moon. And so I asked the director on Twitter if he'd like to do an interview with me. And the director said, yes, he would. So I said, okay, I'm going to, I'll get together and send you some questions. So I sent him some questions, and then I had to watch the movie first so I could form up my questions. Well, I watched the movie, and the movie was terrible. It was just terrible. And so now I'm committed. I'm committed to the interview. So I go ahead and I send out my questions. And then he comes over and he sees my review, and he says, I can't do the interview because of your review. I don't know if my distributor would like the idea that you slagged it, and then here I am doing an interview with you. So I didn't take it personally at all. I also knew it wasn't all his fault, and so I got him an interview on a podcast, and he did that. And he's very gracious. He says he owes me a solid. I said, well, the next movie you direct, we'll talk about that, But he's a really nice guy. He wasn't mean at all. He didn't get mad at me or anything. He just said, I can't do it because the review.
He's going to save a part for Patrick in the movie.
I told him, I says, next time use a cheetah.
What's up, David? David's Horror is in the house.
Let's see, something about Patrick driving an ice cream truck and Hobbs offending people that rather be left alone. Well, Hobbs Simpson's donuts too. Don't forget that.
No, I can be a bit annoyance. I've never hidden that. I've never had anybody tell me that that driving an ice cream truck was a bad idea. I would love to drive an ice cream truck. In fact, I would do it if I had one. Why not?
I remember it was fun when I was little, but I rode in the back. So what do I know? My dad had me a little beanbag chair in the back, and we'd ride around, and then he'd drop me off at my grandma's, and then finish off what he was doing. I thought it was
hysterical. And Wisconsin too, in the 5-degree weather.
It was actually in Illinois.
Oh, Illinois in the 5-degree weather. Oh. One of my friends is from what part of Illinois is he from? God.
I tell you what.
Huh?
I tell you one thing they got right in that movie, Chocolate, Strawberry, Vanilla, the prices. You see that? There's the one scene where the couple comes in, the first couple that Warren serves, and he gets that little tiny ass cone. He how much is that? He goes, that'll be $2.90. I'm going like, oh yeah, that's a real ice cream truck right there.
Oh hell yeah!
Because ice cream trucks are expensive.
Smashing Pumpkins is good. We like some pumpkins.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
God, I'm trying to think what part of Illinois my friend is from. Shit.
And every time I think of ice cream, man, I always think of Doug Jones in that movie Legion. Man.
We'll probably go till about 1:00, guys. By the way, that'll give us over 3 hours. I can't do 4 hours this week. It's just a little too much on me.
No, 3 hours would be fine.
Now, I grew up in the central part of Illinois, so I'd be more familiar with that.
Yeah, what part? I'm trying to figure out. God, I'm trying to figure out where he's from. God, I'm so pissed off that I always talk about it.
Chicago?
Name some cities in Illinois.
Peoria, Bloomington, Normal,
Champaign?
Chillicothe, yeah, Pekin, that's hometown.
No.
Springfield, obviously.
Yeah.
No.
Quincy,
Evanston?
Creve Coeur, but that's so little. Manitou.
Joe's asking for us to do 5 hours either this week or next week on the stream.
If we're going to do 5 hours, and we got to start before 10 o'clock.
Yeah, if we're going to do 5 hours, we better have a lot of coffee.
A lot of coffee.
My son does homeschool, so I got to make sure I'm up the next morning.
It's true. At the longest we went was last week. We did 4.5 hours last week, I think.
Yeah, it was 4.5 hours.
We were almost 15 strong. We were 15 strong till like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that was fun. It was fun. That was
He's
crazy.
from Aurora, Illinois.
Aurora.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's not too far.
Yeah, we did, David. That was totally, but that was thanks to you guys. The chat room was just live last week, live this week too, and definitely thank you guys all for hanging out with us.
Yes, we love you guys. Derek's taking a night off. He's with his family, helping out shoveling snow.
Yeah, he'll be back next week. David,
Tim,
are you going to have another?
Tim is with us. This is Boomstick she's got her channel, Mrs. Boomstick. She's here. Sometimes we can do 5 or 6, but I don't like to wave people down. Sometimes if we have 6 at a time, sometimes it lags a little bit, but we can try 6 next week, maybe, or 4 or 5 still. It's always nice to have people on that want to be on.
Nice to meet you, Dave.
I'm trying to line up some guests too.
I know this isn't easy to do sometimes, but really, there's nothing to it. We're just having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I'm trying to line up.
You got a lot of snow, or?
It doesn't snow here. It doesn't snow in California. It was raining for a few days, but it doesn't really snow here. Up in the mountains, it'll snow, but it doesn't snow where I'm at.
Now, one of my gamer friends lives in San Francisco, and I was talking about the snow, and he's just like, "I've like never seen snow."
Yeah, I'm from originally from California as well, and I love the snow.
I agree with you, David. It's nice to not have an agenda. Sometimes it's fun to have a little bit of a preview of what you're going to do. It's nice to freelance it too.
Yeah. Are you going to be hosting one of your community chats, David? Because your last one was great.
The good news is I can join in the community chats while I'm working because I can do that. Just don't tell anybody else that you know that I can do that.
Oh. I think John from Project Ellsworth said that he's going to be starting to do a stream pretty soon. He's going to be hitting 1,000 quick. He already blitzed past 800. Did you see that this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, he blew past 800. Cadaver Club went by. He got his 500. He got his 500 subscriber follower. So
We do this every Sunday. This is going to be a permanent staple every Sunday at 10 o'clock. So even if people are busy and it's just me, it's going to be what it is. But Cheetah's always going to be a staple. Or Spice is always going to be a staple. Derek generally is a staple. Anybody that wants to come on can join us. But this is like going to be a permanent thing. So, just so you know, 10 o'clock on Sundays, unless I'm out and the guys need to hold it down, and they can do stuff too. So.
And David's close to 200. All right. So if you haven't subscribed to David yet, please do so.
Yeah,
We're not one of those channels. We're not going to disencourage people from subscribing to other people too on this chat. I don't give a shit if that's what other people do, but here in this chat, we want people to subscribe to each other and have fun.
So who's David? David's the horror man?
No, that's Joe's the horror man. And then this is David's horror. Oh, speaking of the master of kaiju, one of the two. I know Casey's still here. Cadaver Club in the house. David's horror. That's David and Sam. He lives in Kentucky, and he's a musician as well as a horror fan. And you have to say hi to Sam too.
Yep, Tim. There's lots of Ben. Welcome. Ben, your review or your Kong versus Godzilla watch was hysterical. I loved it. I loved your reaction.
Yeah. And art. Yep, and art. That's great. Everybody's hitting milestones. That's really great.
I keep saying if I hit 200, because I do unboxing of Fright Loot, and I keep saying if I hit 200, I'm going to try to remember to add Fright Crate to my unboxing. But Fright Crate, you have to order each month, so I could guarantee I'll probably forget. But that is my goal. Right now, I'm just doing Fright Loot, but if I hit at least 200, I'm going to try to start adding Fright Crate to my unboxing.
You should really stick with this community individually, because a lot of people they'll sub back, they'll comment, they'll watch. They're good people.
I was going to speaking of kaiju and Ben. So I was reading the Hollywood Reporter, and they said that they're doing a direct sequel to Cloverfield. So they're gonna be filming that pretty soon. They didn't do any details, but apparently J.J. Abrams is gonna be producing it. I think he needs it. I think he needs this because him and Josh Weldon have been, they've been basically knocked flat on their asses with bad publicity of the last couple of years. So I think Abrams needs a good Cloverfield film.
How the hell do you know all this, Patrick? Do you get Pop Magazine or some shit or what?
I read a lot of the trades, a lot of the websites. I know the real reporters, the real dope versus people who just gossip, rabble rousers. So I just read those. I read those. I read the trades all the time when I was in music.
I get worried that Patrick he studies people. I get worried about what he may think of me. He's probably ran a credit check on me already, or I worry about Patrick knowing too much.
I can tell you that
he works for the IRS or something.
me and Peter know that he like custody Claire bars.
He has Pop Magazine.
Yeah, I'm hyped up for more Cloverfield too.
More Cloverfield. Dude, I
love 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I don't know 3 of them.
See now Hobbs disappeared again because now I told him that we know that he likes chocolatey Claire bars. Now he's going to go hide them. Yep, there he goes. Yep, I told you. So yeah, I'm looking forward to. I thought 10 Cloverfield Lane was just absolutely fun as hell. And holy cow, John Goodman. I mean, did anybody ever respect that? I mean, that performance was absolutely terrifying.
I liked it better than the original Cloverfield.
Me too. Me too. I thought the 10 Cloverfield Lane was a much better movie. Not to say that the first one was bad, because the first one was very exciting, but I just love the claustrophobicness of that bunker. I mean, that was just really intense.
You know, Casey is really dedicated. When I watch his reviews, he actually says that he gets emotional during some of the movies that he reviews. Now, to me, that is dedication.
There's been plenty of movies. Let me tell you, there's been plenty of movies where I've even commented on that, where Paladin's fur has been really wet, because I'm sitting there watching the movie, and I'm like leaking tears everywhere, and it's just like, and then he's like on my lap, and I'll just put my face in his fur, and it's like.
See, it's weird. Like I feel like I was born without tear ducts. Like I just don't. I don't get that emotional. Like I wish I could. I just don't. Maybe I'm just a son of a bitch.
You know what? It all depends what you watch, Hobbs. I have a feeling there's some movies that I'm sure there's movies that you watched that have triggered you. That have like there's some movies like for me. I mean, there's some movies I try to avoid because I just know that they'll upset me. Oh, see, everybody found out that you love eclair bars, Hobbs.
Eclairs.
Yeah. Now, what's better, custard or raspberry?
Custard, easily.
Okay.
Custard for the win.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, that's you're reading my mind. I was thinking about that one too. That's what I thought.
Derek is in the house. Shinobi.
Man,
You guys are gonna make me want to make an order out to get donuts in the morning.
that sounds like a killer plan. Boom.
104.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Shinobi wanted me to sing that in the chat tonight, so I did it.
Yeah, that song gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, I had it on repeat. I fell asleep before I watched it last night. I watched it right after I got off work, and I had the DVD menu up. All I kept hearing was "Attack of the Killer Tomatoes."
Did it make you have a dream about tomatoes?
Yeah. Like one guy gets killed by a BLT. Like, I mean, that was one of the reports. They had a guy come on in the news. He goes, well, ladies and gentlemen, a guy has been killed by a BLT. I'm just thinking, this is fantastic humor. But I fell asleep when I got home. I had the DVD menu on, and I just kept hearing, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. It was just really, really annoying, but a great movie. Do you like that? Guy killed by BLT? I laughed out loud. In the beginning of the film, a woman is dispatched by a tomato that was in her sink, but they didn't show it actually kill her.
Well, speaking of cult film, so I was actually a question. I'm gonna ask it next week too, but I can ask it now because I'm curious. So what's your definition of a cult film? I mean,
Real quick, yes, Casey. I'm gonna rank all the tomato films 100%. I was gonna make that a surprise, but I plan on doing that 100%. Definition of a cult film is anything that was made to be violent, or to be kind of a throwback, or to have some type of. Are you talking cult or exploitation?
No, anything. What makes a cult film for you? I mean, what's like there's like Rob Zombie movies.
Well, think of it like this: Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is perfect because it was made to be a shitty movie. They knew that it was going to be a shitty movie. They said they did not make it to make any type of profit. $80,000 was the budget, but $60,000 of it went to a crash that happened. They had no idea that the fan base was going to be as big as it was. One of the tomatoes was on Johnny Carson.
I didn't know that. That's great.
So didn't John Aston do that movie?
Yes, he did. He's Dr. Gangrene.
He was in Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And there was at least one other sequel to Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. He was playing the character.
It's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. It's Return of the Killer Tomatoes, Revenge of the Killer Tomatoes, and Killer Tomatoes Eat France. And yes, Joe, I will add fried green tomatoes to the ranking when I do it.
I only knew of the first two. I didn't even know about the other ones. Now I'm gonna have
Killer Tomatoes Eat France is hysterical, absolutely hysterical. John Astin steals the show.
There was a Saturday morning cartoon in the 90s,
Yes.
late 80s, early 90s on Fox Kids.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. And that was when Food Fighters was popular too, because you could get Killer Tomato figures and Food Fighter figures. It was like there was a war between produce and desserts, like for figures.
You see that
Remember
movie?
the California Raisins?
Yes.
Movie called Sausage Party.
I think
The Sausage Party, yeah.
Oh my
But yes,
God!
but to answer your question,
That movie was
Patrick, it's movies that have a cult following that, like Rocky Horror Picture Show is considered a cult film. Did you know that?
Is it still? I thought it was more mainstream now, but it's still cult. You still think it's
No,
cult?
it's a cult film. Killer Tomatoes is definitely one.
Is your cat okay?
No. She's not too good.
I thought she was eating and drinking okay last night. It sounded like you were talking
She
to her.
drank some water, but I gotta put it in her face. And she doesn't eat, hasn't eaten.
Can you guys throw out some definition of cult films in your opinion? The Sinful Dwarf.
I think it's a film that when you mention it among when you mention a film in your own community and no one knows what it is, I think that's a cult film.
It's true.
It has usually it's a film with a really small fan base. It's not a mainstream film, but it's
Right. Yeah, definitely like an indie kind of silly, but still kind of violent.
usually it's like one of the films that bombed at the box office, but then it gets this underground fan base. Either it gets
Like, we talked
get-
about this movie a lot last week, but like the bad CGI sharks, they did that movie for like $6,000 some odd dollars. I forget the exact amount, but it was $6,000 some odd dollars, and now they're releasing it to Japan. They got T-shirts, you know, and the guys that did it, they still work regular jobs. They talk to their fans quite regularly on Twitter and Instagram. And
go ahead.
I think they're subscribed to me. They comment on some of my videos. But yeah, I have like it's kind of like a face neck gator of like their movie poster and whatnot. But yeah, I have their DVD and the DVD.
Our friend Dave Maggot, who's in the community, he's a director. He made a movie called Groundhog. I'm telling you, if we could get it to the mainstream just a little bit, it would be a fucking cult classic. It is a fantastic movie. It was well directed, and the music with the score was perfect. And he did a great job. And I think his budget was only $5,000. But I think they're going to release it on Blu-ray. But I think if more people knew about it, it would be up there. And it's Groundhog. it's
Well, I think
it's a slasher film.
Well, I think word of mouth, like we're doing here, I think it's so important. And to me, it's like for Wild Eye, I think Wild Eye, obviously they don't have a lot of money to necessarily put, to advertise, and it's so much cheaper for them to give their films to fanatics like we are. We get out there and we spread the word. Like I put it on my blog, and basically I'm exposing that movie to a couple of thousand of people, and then someone from there will take it and they'll do, like Joe's channel. That's 2,200 potential people that will watch it. Jason, 1,300 people. Brad, 1,000. Now those are all people that they're reaching without spending any money in advertising. It's a boon for them. And
I think sometimes you don't know what you're going to get with a movie, and you don't know if people are going to like it. But Revenge of the Nerds is another one that the director didn't think it would go well, and it has a cult following. The second film did like $30 million.
Yeah, yeah. This for I agree. And the thing is, it stands up to this test of time. Of course, now it's hard for those movies to. Well, I mean, for a movie like that, because of the streaming services, I think a lot of older classics basically have gotten forgotten because everybody's putting up such new content at such a rush that they're putting up like Netflix. They said they were going to release a new movie every week for this year. That's
all right, Ben. Thanks for stopping by.
That's 52 new movies that they're bum rushing out. But everybody's looking to see what's coming next, and no one's looking behind them to see what used to be very popular, and no one's airing them either. So when we talk about them, like Rocky Horror Picture Show, a lot of people take it for granted that everybody knows about the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But I'm with you, Hobbs. I don't think they do. Not now, because it's never played. We really think about it, and I think with the loss of physical media, I think older films like before 2000, I think they're going to really struggle. I think people
Good night, paper bag.
I think they're going to be really. I think they're going to struggle to be relevant. That people will remember them.
Yeah, or they look back just so they could copy them and remake them, but sometimes remaking's okay. Depends on how well you do it, but that way you don't ruin the original. But you still have to make it somewhat different, where it's its own movie.
I really liked your reviews on Happy Birthday or
Happy Death Day.
Happy Death Day. Yeah, on your birthday.
Yeah,
I love those movies. I'm happy to have a third one.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait for that one.
Have you seen those, Patrick?
I have both of them, but I have not watched it.
Oh man!
But I have them.
Great horror comedies.
I still got to dig up Sinister. I will.
Sinister's a good movie.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be watching it. I have to dig it up though. I can't find it. I know I have it.
Really creepy movie. One of the few that have scared me.
I really want to see The Lodge. I'm trying to find a copy of that now.
I haven't got to see that one yet, but I've heard people talk about it. But I've also heard people say it's a slow burn, and I don't really like slow burns, so I haven't really because I know it's on Hulu right now. I could easily watch it, but I'm putting it off.
I just hear that movie is just, a lot of people are like, damn, one of those type movies.
Yeah, I've only put it off because I heard it's a slow burn, and I'm just like Hereditary. I'm like, oh, I hated that movie. I know a lot of people love it, and I'll probably get bashed for it, but I'm sorry, I hate that movie.
I just watched that for the first time last week.
I don't know
what I thought about it.
Oh my god, how can you cry and say "wah" at the same time? Seriously, dude.
I'll be honest with you. That movie, I don't know what to think about yet on that. I still haven't formed an opinion, even though I watched it.
I watched it once. I probably will never watch it again, and because of that, I probably will never watch Midsummer because it's made by the same guy, and I've been told it has like the same slow burn quality, and I really hated that Hereditary, so I'll probably never watch Midsummer.
So do you like something that has kills instantly, or what? Like, tell me the idea of a perfect movie for you. Not perfect,
well, it doesn't always have to be kill. I really like the horror comedies, but for it to get going a little bit sooner or have a little bit more action, it don't even have to be kills, but it's just something super slow burn like that.
Have you heard of Care's Hell?
I'm sorry?
Have you heard of Care's Hell?
Care's Hell? No, I haven't.
Oh my God, we gotta get you that.
Gotta get you a copy of that.
I apologize. Continue. I interrupted. Please finish.
That and the Blastopath.
Yeah, the movies that you have to sit there and you gotta think, the stuff's like not on camera, but you gotta think, and oh yeah, this happened. I don't know. It's just those are not my type of movies. But like the thing with Hereditary is like the lady like looking at a book, and like she throws it in the fireplace. She catches on fire. She takes the book out of the fireplace, goes, shows her husband, and she's like, "Watch this!" Throws the book in the fireplace, and he catches on fire. What the hell? Where's that even coming from? How does that make sense?
because she's a witch.
But
She's a
why
witch.
the hell
She's
did
got,
she catch on fire in the first place?
I don't know.
If she's a witch, she could throw a book and catch somebody else on fire. I don't
So
know.
you like practical effects, I would say, right?
I like practical effects.
Okay, then you would really like Carousel, the killer the killer carousel horse.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw
unicorn.
that. I've been meaning to watch that. That and Lamageddon. I've been meaning to watch both of those. They're on Prime.
You gotta watch some Wild Eye stuff though. If you've watched Clownado though, right?
Yeah.
So that's Wild Eye. So I mean,
Oh,
if
okay,
that's
I didn't know that.
damn, you've watched that. That's kind of extreme for some people.
But yeah, I watched Clownado, and that's how I got talking to what was her name? I want to say Dylan, but that's not right. Something.
Dila Harvey.
Yeah.
Dila Harvey.
Except I made a comment about her being the stripper, and way I phrased it, it didn't sound right. It sounded like I was bashing her, but I really wasn't, because it didn't make. Usually, movies don't go with an older person to be the stripper type, and here she's like more my age, but she could work it. She got the moves. I wouldn't like dousing her like that, and she like made a comment. It's like, so in my next video, she suggested another one. It was a werewolf movie. I can't place the name of it off the top of my head.
I can tell you already where it was. It's go ahead.
Bone Hill Road.
Yes,
Bone Hill Road.
Bone Hill
She's
Road.
in that.
Yeah, she suggested me watch that movie, and I really like that one a lot better than Clownado. So I'd started that one off, apologizing how she took my comment, and
She admitted to being a stripper in the movie, and because our buddy Brad interviewed her literally last week on one of the streams that he does, like one of our group streams, like it's his stream, but like his channel, but like he does common streams within the community, like the Super Slash Brothers, and he interviewed her, and she mentioned that she did that in the film. So I don't think she would have been offended by it, but.
right, yeah.
Some people did not like Bone Hill Road versus as much as they liked Clownado. Now I liked them both.
Yeah, they were both all right, but I like Bone Hill Road better. But I like the werewolves, and at the very end, at the end credits, they have something. I want to say it's a Kiss band, but I don't know. It's been forever since I've seen it. But yeah, they have something at the very end of the credits. And like one of the werewolves has green eyes, and I thought that was cool. But
yeah, I thought the practical effects on Bone Hill Road were the werewolves were just, they look fantastic.
Yeah,
this is weird. It's like I watched that movie, and me and the Cheetah weren't really into it too much, but we met Douglas Epps, who played the killer in it. And he came over, he commented on there, and then him and I became friends through Twitter. And he's a really sweet man. I really liked him a lot. And I told him, I says, I didn't necessarily like the movie, but I would love to meet Todd Sheets, because that guy is like the nicest guy in horror. Seriously. Like
I'm just curious.
He is.
What did you not like about the movie?
What, Bone Hill Road?
Yeah.
I just thought it was torture porn. I didn't like that. Yeah. I don't necessarily need to see somebody get stabbed for, like, I think someone mentioned about in Pieces, someone's getting his mom chopped up for 6 minutes. I don't need to see that. But that's just me, though. But I met Douglas Epps, and I think he's a very nice man. I like to get him on the stream, actually.
Yeah, a lot of the actors and directors with horror movies, especially the indie ones, are super nice in person.
We'll have some people on the stream. We'll get some people on, some actors and directors and shit. We'll do that.
I'm working on it.
But Dylan with Brad's interview was really fucking awesome. You guys should go watch that interview on Bronco Juggalo's channel. He asked her all the right questions, in my opinion. He did really
Nice.
good. And she was very receptive, too. So,
Yeah, she seems really nice.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've read other interviews with her, and a lot of people have said that she is really nice person.
Yeah, I've talked to her on Twitter, and she comments on my videos every now and then. But I've never like talked to her like in real life or over this, just like typing or whatever. But yeah, she seemed really nice.
Stage Fright was fantastic.
Yeah,
Both versions of Stage Fright.
I picked that up from I picked that one up at Dollar Tree. No, actually, take it back. Actually, Katie Warman sent me that to me. I won a contest. She sent me that.
That's another horror reviewer that's in the community. We got to get her on the show sometime.
We should. She's really amazing. Many purveyor.
I've heard that about what Shinobi's talking about. I've heard that some people watch certain films to release endorphins and shit, to like get their mind off stuff. I've actually heard that, and horror movies help people, from what I've heard, release anger in a different out. You know what I mean? Like a different.
Yeah, I probably would have went crazy or whatnot if it wasn't for my horror movies and whatnot to have outlet to be able to deal with. I've been through a lot of bad stuff in my life, and I probably without that be able to watch that and kind of deal with that stuff, I'd probably I've hit people's like, oh, I'm surprised you're not an alcoholic. That was like several years ago, but just having to deal with everything I've had to deal with, but that's more been my outlet is the horror movies.
Yeah, I could get that. I mean, I get that. I mean, I don't. It's wow. I mean, I just watch it for the creativity.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to see, some movies, out of left field will just like impact you. They'll like, they'll speak to you. Like everybody has that one movie where they'll go to, the movie will just like emotionally, it hit them emotionally, I agree with that too, Derek. I think if you don't have no imagination and you don't have any creativity, I think you tend to be more violent than people who are in art and are in literature and music. By fur. Creators are going to be the ones that are going out there and shooting up a school. It's narrow-minded, black and white people, law and order, and can't move in either way. They're the ones that are so tightly strung up that they do those shit because they have no outlets for their feelings. They're all bottled in and they act out. Whereas like for me, my writing is my escape. That's what keeps me on an even keel. Whenever I'm feeling stressed out, I will go and I'll sit down and I will write. It might be a film review, but it's still writing and it still relaxes me. And I'm creating something. I'm giving something back. That's the thing. I'm giving something back of myself to everybody else to see it.
Yeah, I tried some of that. Well, I've nothing that nobody else has seen, but I tried to like write out some of the bad things that have happened. But it's not for anybody else to see. It was just for me. I did make a couple videos. Like I was held at gunpoint, so I have like that in one of my story times, and just yeah. And I don't remember if there was another one. I had another one, but I think I put it on private because I found out my mom was watching some of these videos. Because I had one about a sexual harassment one, so I ended up putting that on private because I didn't want my mom to see it. But yeah, I left the gunpoint one up because she knew about that one. Because I was at a job when that happened.
Well,
I agree with that. My phone don't want to go up, but I think his name was Patrick. What he was saying, but I agree with what he was saying too. About the horror movies release. Basically, he said watches somebody else suffer, but it came out wrong. But I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely kind of release for some people.
It has been for me. That's why I've been watching them since I was like 9. I've been
Yeah.
watching horror movies since I was 9 years old.
I didn't get introduced to about 90s, which I would have been a teenager, but I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies really before then. So then I kind of discovered Joe Bob and Up All Night and all that, and that's what really got me. I think that's why I kind of like more of the horror comedies, because that's what they promoted more on there. But those help me like kind of cope with things. You know, you could just sit back, relax, and enjoy those movies, have a good laugh at some of the sick sense of humor that some of them have.
Yeah, I met Elvira, which was one of my favorite meetings ever, and she was in costume, and she was super awesome.
Yeah, I got to meet her too, but she wasn't in costume. But
When I'm brave enough, I'll put
trouble with the camera.
when I'm brave enough, I'll put that picture up sometime. But I was really incapacitated at that time, guys. I was on. So, but Joe was 3 years old when he started watching horror. He was the horror boy. The horror boy. I'm surprised you don't have somebody in the community named the horror boy.
You better trademark that one, Joe.
Yeah. Well, we've been going strong for 3 hours and 20 minutes. I think it's probably time to wrap it up and enjoy the rest of our Sunday evening. But I appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah, this was great.
If you ever need the next person, just let me know.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably use you next week too. I mean, we generally have up to 6 slots. So Tim will be in touch, and you guys all have here, hold on, we're getting some traction now here.
I want to buy Attack of the Killer Tomatoes now.
Yeah, they were on sale.
Go watch that tonight. Go watch that tonight.
$5 a piece, but I don't think they're on sale anymore. That's when I picked them up because I couldn't find my DVD copies of it, and I saw the first 2 on sale on Vudu, so I picked them up through Vudu.
They're definitely worth it. Well, go watch it tonight, guys.
Next week, what do we do? What
All
time
right.
are we going to be?
Go ahead, Patrick.
What time are we going to be on next week? Are we going to go? Because it's
We'll still do 10. The Super Bowl's at 6:30.
Let's just keep it a straight time, 10 o'clock. I know a lot of you guys won't make it because you guys are watching the Super Bowl, but we'll still be here after the game's over.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl's next week, isn't it?
Well, we'll be here at 10 next week, and you guys have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
Who even made it to Super? I don't watch football.
It's the Buccaneers and the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm more of a baseball person, so I don't watch that. Go Cubs.
Yeah, you and I talked about that game, the Cubs and the Reds. It's going to be a fun year, isn't it?
All right. We'll see you guys soon.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Cheetah. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Boom. Horror Spice, everybody that came on tonight, all the guests, David's Horror, Joe, Interweb, everybody. Have a good night. Peace.
Peace.
Have a good night.